up on the drop zone, Cap.
You do anything fun Saturday night?
Well, all the guys in my barbershop quartet are dead, so no, not really.
You know, if you ask Kristen out from statistics, she'd probably say yes.
That's why I don't ask.
Too shy or too scared?
Too busy. Was he wearing a parachute?
No. No, he wasn't.
I joined SHIELD to protect people.
Captain, to build a better world sometimes means tearing the old one down. And that makes enemies. Are you ready for the world to see you as you really are? You look out the window. You know how the game works. Disorder, war. All it takes is one step.
We're gonna neutralize a lot of threats before they even happen.
Thought the punishment usually came after the crime.
SHIELD takes the world as it is, not as we'd like it to be.
This isn't freedom. This is fear.
You need to keep both eyes open.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Your work has been a gift to mankind. You've shaped the century. I need you to do it one more time.
You're up. It's time.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Movie Watchalong. This is the 10th anniversary celebration of Captain America, the Winter Soldier, starring Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Robert Redford, Samuel L. Jackson, and a host of others. I am your host, Ryan of And I Quote Channel, and I am not alone in this watch-along celebration of Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Please welcome the partner who's going to be with me till the end of the line, pal. Please welcome Austin 316 is in the building. Hello, Austin. Good sir. How are you?
On your left.
That's right. On your left. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being with us.
Now on screen, I'm on the right, but technically, if you were to look your left, I'm on your left.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
left.
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Left. Right.
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 Yeah.
Left.
Exactly.
Who's
Well,
on
we
first?
thank. Who's on first? Who's on second? I appreciate you being with us here, Austin. Do greatly appreciate it. Before we hit the magical button known as play, we're going to be watching the movie here on Movie Watch Along. You are more than welcome to join us and watch the movie along with us on a physical media or streaming service. We're going to be watching it on a streaming service that just happens to be Disney Plus. # not a sponsor of this show. We're going to start at the 00, if not the 01 mark, as the Marvel Studios or whatever it is logo is starting to appear on your screen. But before we hit the play button to begin our feature presentation, we're going to give you an opportunity to get to know our panelists just a little bit better. So 10 years ago, crazy how time flies. 10 years ago, this movie came out in 2014. So Austin, what was it like for you seeing Captain America 2 in theaters?
No, so it that Thursday night, opening night in IMAX, I'm pretty certain. When I still lived in Jacksonville, we had the IMAX. I would always get the tickets as soon as I could, kind of in advance. A big group of us would always go. Me and my buddy Dagan Briggs, my wrestler buddy. We went. I think it was like a 10 o'clock show, something like that, whatever it was. Because we had seen the Avengers opening night in IMAX. That was great. Pretty much everything since then. Raucous crowd, ready to go. Obviously, it was post Avengers, so everybody, and that went over pretty well with everybody. So they were kind of ready to see some of the follow up stuff to that. And wasn't the one after that Thor: The Dark World, so maybe not as hyped up, for that one. But hey, we all like Captain America and wanted to see, his follow up and ready to see Bucky back and see Falcon kind of fly for the first time. So no, it was a good time, and it seemed like a different kind of tone of a movie. You had these almost brand new directors of these Russo guys. These guys, I don't think they did much after this. They just kind of floundered for a little while, and they made like just kind of a one and done. But these new guys taking over, so we were interested to see how that would work. And it worked out. I would say pretty well. I think a lot of people, would say this is like kind of a top 10 MCU movie for most fans out there. I think I would say.
And it certainly is. And thank you for sharing that with us. So, yeah, for me, I was hyped beyond all measures because after the events of 2012's The Avengers, everyone in the theater was hyped for what was going to come next within the MCU, specifically the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And when I saw the trailer for this looked really different from all the other ones. I'm thinking, wow, this is a bit of a spy thriller meets political conspiracy meets just really action adventure. I mean, every comic book movie is an action adventure to a certain extent, but this one took it a step further. It completely changed the game for the MCU going forward, without getting into too many spoilers for those of you who have yet to see this movie, which we will get into later on in the film as we're watching it. But yeah, the trailers made us hype. I was ready to go, and when I saw the movie, I was completely, literally and figuratively, the audience and myself were blown away by how great this movie is and how great the cast did and how great Anthony and Joe Russo were comedy guys. These guys were directing episodes of Community and all these other. I'm thinking, these are comedy guys directing a comic book movie? How is that even humanly possible for anyone to do? But they did it, and they succeeded in spades. And then they would go on to give us more really good MCU movies that came after the events of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. So I enjoy the living heck out of this thing. A lot of people put it in their top 10 of MCU. Some people have it in their top 5. Some people even have it as their top 1, if not in their top 3 of overall Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Some people have this in their top 5 of all-time great comic book-based films. So there's a lot of good things to say about this movie, which we will go into here momentarily. So we're going to start the movie at the 02 mark as the Marvel Studios logo is starting to come up. So that's where we're going to start it. So once again, share your favorite memories, your fun facts, your questions. Let us know in those comments. Let us know in the chat. Whether you are watching this live or on a replay, we thank you for being here. And do not forget to like and share this with all of your closest friends. Without any further ado, we're going to begin our feature presentation here in 3, 2, 1, and hit play. Here we go.
Oh, flashy Marvel logo. There we go.
That's right.
Yeah, comic book.
There we go.
Man, what a bunch of nerds we are watching this movie, the 10th anniversary. What a bunch of dorks. Yeah, no, this movie's good. It's been a while since I've actually sat down and watched this whole thing. I would have rewatched it before this thing, but I'm also in the middle of a Disney early animation rewatch for another show I'm doing tomorrow. Oh. So I was watching Bambi earlier.
Oh my gosh. That's one of the OGs right there.
I know. Well, that's what we're doing, the subject. We're doing the first 4 kind of OG Disney movies. So, yeah, which I also haven't seen in a while. Oh, wow. But yeah, it's been a minute since I sat down and watched this whole thing. But see, on your left, see, I told you I told you that was a line in this movie. Yeah, I forgot it was the opening line of the movie. It is. But yeah,
we're starting out with a sunrise, early morning run between Sam Wilson and Steve Rogers here.
Well, this is what they call in the business, Ryan, the golden hour. See, the golden hour of sunrise, and even in sunset is a lot of filmmakers try to get shots in their movies in the golden hour, but again, it's only an hour, so you have to have everything ready to go to film at the golden hour. The Revenant specifically has a lot of shots at the golden hour. They had to film the golden hour every day for like 2 months just to get these 10-minute sequences or whatever. So very tough to do.
Did you just take it? I assume you just took it.
Yeah.
What unit you with? 58th Pararescue. Yeah. I'm working down at the VA.
Anthony Mackie, old Papa Doc. That's what I kind of mostly knew him from. I mean, I know he'd done other stuff, but we try not to talk about Crossover, his basketball movie with Wayne Brady. Not such a great movie. But I mainly know him from 8 Mile as Papa Doc. Kind of the final boss rapper. But yeah, he's certainly had a lot to do since then.
Yeah, this man, Sam Wilson, or not Sam Wilson, Anthony Mackie has been a very busy actor ever since. I mean, he's been doing stuff before Captain America: Winter Soldier, but when this movie came out, everyone in Hollywood took notice.
Yeah.
So, and then he, by the way, do you know his saying that he had when they were filming the Captain America movies? After every take, he would say, "Cut the check." You remember that?
No.
Yeah, that's behind the scenes little factoid for you.
I didn't look up a lot of the behind the scenes. I like Cap's little listing though.
Nirvana,
Moon landing, Steve Jobs,
Rocky, maybe Rocky
disco.
2.
Yeah.
Got Rocky 2, and then he's got what is it, Star Wars crossed out, and then it says Star Trek.
Yeah. I guess he watched all the Star Wars movies that were available at the time, and then he moved
Now
on
he's
to
on to
Star
Trek.
Trek. Yeah, he's watching some Trek. So good to know. Cap is trying to stay pop culture conscious, but I like that he doesn't shit on the internet. That's at least nice.
Yeah.
you know.
Oh,
Okay,
look who it is.
so I'll get it out of the way early so I
Black-
don't burden everybody. This is
Black
the
Widow.
hottest Scarlett Johansson's ever been in any movie ever. I'll say
Really?
it right now. Yes.
Really?
Dude,
Even
her
though-
her hair in this movie, the red hair all straightened out like that, her constantly chewing gum is like the sexiest she's ever been in a movie, and I will stick to that. I will stick to that. Yeah. No, I will contend that.
Goodness
day in and day out.
gracious.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on, who's gonna argue with me? Come on.
I mean, she's quite beautiful in this movie. I mean, she's beautiful in pretty much all her movies, but there's definitely no denying this film, she stepped it up a notch for sure.
She did.
You know, I'm getting a little tired of being Fury's janitor. How many pirates we got? 25.
By the way, this same year, I also took a lot of notice of Frank Grillo. This was kind of a breakout year for him.
Oh yeah, he plays Rumlow in this one.
Yeah, so he's Brock Rumlow in this one, but in the same year, The Purge: Anarchy comes out.
Oh, which is the sequel to the first one.
Yes, and a better movie than the first one. And he basically, and a lot of people came out of that movie, and it's almost kind of true when you watch that movie. He almost basically plays the Punisher in that movie. In the Purge Anarchy. Yeah, he's got like a black trench coat on. He's like a special forces guy.
Wow.
He's protecting a bunch of people. He's like a military, like he's very Punisher-esque in the Purge Anarchy. But so I remember seeing both those movies and be like, oh, this Frank Grillo guy, he's kind of having a little breakout year too. So a lot of people taking notice of him after this movie.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but yeah, Frank Grillo's a heck of an actor too.
No, he's done a lot of stuff since then.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go back and watch a lot of movies from like the 2000s, and he'll pop up in like a little, 5-minute part, and you're like, hey, it's Frank Grillo. It's just randomly, one of those guys that once they break out later, you go back and they're just part of these goofy ensembles years before. I was watching something the other day. I can't remember what it was, and like Frank Grillo popped up for like 2 scenes, and I was like, oh, it's Frank Grillo. My boy George St. Pierre from the UFC will pop up in this sequence as Batroc, the Leaper.
Mm-hmm.
UFC, I believe, middleweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
Legend.
Yep. By the way, when Cap jumped out of the plane, I like that comment the guy's made. He's like, was he wearing a parachute? No.
It's like, no,
he wasn't.
No.
He just jumps.
Yeah.
If you're asking Kristen out from statistics, she'd probably say yes. That's why I don't ask. Too shy or just too scared? Too busy. Like, you're not busy. You just choose not to date anybody.
Yeah, you just choose to be like a celibate nerd. Like
you want to be by yourself, I guess. I don't know.
It's like there's no way if Chris Evans as Captain America asked people out around the office, they wouldn't say yes. That guy's probably dead, by the way. The dude he just Sparta kicked into the side of the ship and then fell overboard, probably half dead and then drowned. I'm sure shortly after that.
Yeah, probably.
Dude. Marvel guys don't kill. Yeah, he does. Watch the sequence. He's killing everybody. And if not, he's breaking backs here like pretty easily.
Someone had a question the other day, and someone answered it. It was, who, of all the actors who have portrayed the character over the years, who's the deadliest Batman? And everyone was making a case for Michael Keaton because he killed people in the first 2 movies. And I'm like, he did.
It's close between Keaton and Affleck because they both kill a lot of people.
Oh, yeah,
in
that's true.
Those movies.
That's true.
Close, though, because, people forget Keaton remote drives the Batmobile at one point, which we'll talk about when we do our watch along. Remote drives the Batmobile into Access Chemicals, drops a bomb in there, and kills all those henchmen like immediately. So, he's killing people in that movie. He straight up tries to murder the Joker in the parade when he whips out the Gatling guns. So, he's not holding back. But Affleck also is not afraid to whip out the machine guns on the Batpod and whatnot, or on his Batmobile. And he's chucking dudes left and right as well. So, yeah. Got this lovely hostage situation here. Like I said, my boy George St. Pierre showing up. I like it. Gee, wonder what Cap's gonna. Jesus, he is flying. Look at him, looking like Spider-Man, hopping all over the place, just hopping up walls, doing all kinds of parkour. There he is. There's George St. Pierre. I remember hearing when he was going to be casted in this movie and as Batroc, I was wondering how much screen time he would actually have. But I said, well, he's got to at least have a fight scene, right? Because he's like a black belt in karate. He's a great wrestler. Like, yeah, I knew he'd have something to do here. I'm glad they at least give him kind of a, like, not a super lengthy fight scene, but at least a decent fight scene with Cap here. Scarlett Johansson straight up shooting dudes left and right, killing people. So yeah, you're Avengers, people. They kill folks. They do. Just watch this opening sequence. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with them killing terrorists holding people hostage. So I don't mind personally. Little Maria Hill there. One of the hostages getting herself into trouble. This whole thing also feels like Under Siege, the 1992 Andrew Davis, Steven Seagal classic. Die Hard on a Boat. Under Siege, one of the better Steven Seagal movies, if you haven't seen it. Under Siege 2, Dark Territory, not bad. Not bad. Katherine Heigl's in it. Very young Katherine Heigl playing his daughter. Doing some rappelling. Frank Grillo's not afraid to just shoot people in the face when he has to. Doing his thing. I said it's been a minute since I actually watched this movie. I mean, I remember most of the big sequences, but some of the dialogue I've kind of forgotten about here and there. Are they just going to kill everybody, or are they going to try to save everybody? Tasha's like, hang on, I got to taser this dude in the neck and then do some lucha libre here. She's going to do a little tilt-a-whirl, I think, right? See, look at a little spin kick, little capoeira. And here it comes. Oh, nice snapmare takeover into the kip up. Yeah. She's no stranger to a tilt-a-whirl hurricanrana. She knows how to do it Rey Mysterio style. Like, never trust, by the way, this little guy they keep showing, like a little bald guy with glasses. Just don't trust anybody like that. They're always like weaselly. Like, they might seem like they're on the right side, but they're always going to turn on people. There's Brock just straight up shooting people in the face. Shield doesn't negotiate. George St. Pierre's getting mad. He's going to challenge Matt Serra to a rematch. It's a UFC reference for anybody who doesn't get that. Now I think it's time for them to fight a little bit.
A lot of stealth going on here.
It's okay. I got it covered, Ryan. Don't worry about it.
No. It wasn't. I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about the scenes that are currently happening.
I know. You're being very stealthy behind the scenes.
Well, yeah, but
yeah, it's okay.
I digress.
I'm just making lucha libre and UFC references while you're gone. It's fine.
No, it's fine. And then Bobby Nash says, "Yes, Shield doesn't negotiate." There you go, Bobby Nash. And by the way, Bobby Nash, good to see you. Hope everything's well in your neck of the woods, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Old St. Pierre and Captain America throwing down. Bam, 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 bam. I like they at least pull the camera back for a couple of these shots and just let George kind of throw his kicks and whatnot, do his thing. Look at him doing all those backflips and stuff, man. Homeboy's got some ups. But you're more than just Shield.
I wonder how many languages Captain America knows how to speak, though.
I'd imagine he knows a little bit of German. That would be helpful at the time of the war and whatnot, in World War II. He might have learned a little bit of that. But I don't know. He seems like a pretty smart guy. He probably knows at least a little. Most spy type guys and people like Natasha, at least know the basics of most of the major languages, enough to get by. Maybe not every little bit, but enough to get around. Yeah,
there you go.
You just speared him right through the door, Roman Reigns style. And a knockout shot. That's right. He should have gone, ooh, wow, right before he did it.
Bobby Nash says, I wish I could be there with you guys in person on the show. That's fine, Bobby. We understand other things are going on with you, but we wish you the best, and just stay safe, buddy.
That's your mission, Cap. My mission would be to steal some data. It's a very flashy USB drive, by the way.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like it lights up a lot. Boom. Ow.
Well, she admits she takes
No,
the
that
blame.
one was on her. Well, yeah, she was, stalling things a little bit,
She
She's,
took the blame for that one.
Yeah. But hey, most of the mission got done. It's like a rush hour. She destroyed a lot of evidence. We still got a little bit left. Destroyed half a city block.
Yeah, but what you did was dangerous and completely against policy.
And you did a good job. Destroyed half a city block. That block was already messed up. Dude, Nick Fury's such a dick to him most of the time. Like, just like, yeah, well, it's not my job to tell you. It's just like, I mean, it would be helpful, bro.
Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye.
Oh, you mean the cat?
Yeah, that was lame how they explained that.
Oh my god, is that just like, oh, let's take this intriguing, thing about Fury and just turn it into a joke? You know what? The MCU right now is a joke. So this is back when it was good.
That's true. I'll give you that one.
Back when we actually looked forward to these movies, not dreaded them.
And you're wrong about me. I do share. I'm nice like that.
Oh, access denied.
See, he has clearance level 10, whereas Captain America has clearance level 8. So
yeah. Doesn't somebody have like clearance level 11 in this? Like, isn't that Robert Redford thing? Like, he's got like even higher.
Is it Robert Redford's character that has that? I'm not really sure.
I would imagine he's like, he acts like he's above Fury, right? So I'd imagine he probably is.
If we want to do the math on that, sure. All-Star Fandom is here with us. He says, yo, dropping in to say what's up. Winter Soldier is easily on my Mount Rushmore of the MCU movies. Cap might have the strongest trilogy within the MCU. Well, Dion, we thank you for being here. And we hope All-Star Fandom and the show over there is doing well. And thanks for sharing your thoughts about this movie with us. And we're just getting started because currently we are at the 15 minutes and 34-second mark within this movie, Captain America the Winter Soldier. If you want to queue up your copy on physical media or a streaming service, watch the movie along with us. You're more than welcome to. Don't forget to like and share this with everyone you know. And if you have any fun facts or questions and all that kind of jazz or favorite things you want to say about Captain America, let us know in those comments and let us know in the chat. And whether you're watching this live on the replay, we thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, Cap definitely, I probably agree, has the strongest
trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other ones either have at least one entry I'm not a fan of, or more than one. Because Thor, I'm not a Ragnarok guy. I never have been.
Yeah, I don't like Dark World or Ragnarok.
I'm not a Ragnarok or Love and Thunder guy, so that doesn't work for me. And then Iron Man 3 is a little wonky for me. I like the first 45 minutes of that movie, and I hate the twist with the Mandarin. I hate it. Hate it.
I can understand that, but yeah, the first Iron Man is obviously a great film.
The first Iron Man's great. I don't even hate Iron Man 2. It's just a little overstuffed, but I still think it's a solid movie. But yeah. Spider-Man, I'm not a fan of the Tom Holland Spider-Mans, so that's just me.
Oh, see, you and I are in the same boat, because when I think of Spider-Man, I think of Tobey Maguire and nobody else.
Maguire, homeboy, but I like Andrew Garfield as well. But
I like his first movie.
I just did not like Homecoming. I didn't.
The Amazing Spider-Man is a decent film.
I'm not a fan of the Tom Holland Spider-Man stuff. He doesn't work for me.
Well, that's going to cause a stir in the comments later on. By the way, the Dutch Star Wars guy, aka Case, says, good evening, guys. Not able to join for this one, but he just wants to say hi. Hello, Case. Hope everything's well in your neck of the woods. And by the way, make sure you're following All-Star Fandom on YouTube and the Dutch Star Wars guy on YouTube. Follow those two. Good to see you, Case. Hope everything's well. I was under the impression that you worked tonight, man. I thought you were working on Saturdays. What's going on?
Maybe he had a minute to just tune in and drop a comment,
He may be on his lunch break. Yeah. It's all right, Case. We won't tell anybody if you won't.
I like the little back and forth here. Cap's got his morals, man. You know,
This isn't freedom.
it's
This is
fear.
fear.
Yeah,
SHIELD takes the world as it is, not as we like it to be. It's about time you get it with the program, Cap. Don't hold your breath.
yeah.
Wow,
Like
there's
Cap's
some
line
really
about
there's some really good
no,
back and
some good
forth
writing.
between these
Yeah,
characters.
this is back when they actually thought about the writing. Yeah, and the writing, the lines were good. Yeah, because
Jeez. Man,
I'm
you got some
sorry.
tangents here tonight, man.
What? No, I'm just I'm gonna take every moment I have to crap on current MCU because it's
That's
really bad right now.
It's okay. Now,
It's really, really
now
shit.
we're at the Smithsonian scene.
Yeah, I've been there. The Smithsonian,
It's a
the
nice
Air and
place.
Space,
I
the
think
Air
it's
and
a great
Space
place.
Smithsonian, right? Yeah, it's a
Yes,
good
but I
museum.
think the Air and Space Museum. Yeah, I think it's great. I think there's a lot to explore there. If you ever get a chance to visit the Smithsonian, which is located in Washington D.C., feel free to do so because there's a lot of good things there that you can discover.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. You could spend a couple of days just hitting all the ones. By the way, World War II. Speaking of
Yes.
World War II, the New Orleans World War II Museum is awesome. Really, really awesome. They've got this crazy huge museum there.
Oh, really?
It's one of those ones you could take like 2 days to explore the whole thing. It's
You're kidding.
ridiculous, dude. It's
Oh.
amazing.
And you said this in New Orleans.
New Orleans, yeah.
Okay,
The last time
okay.
I was in New Orleans, I went there only for a day, and I barely like scratched the surface. It was like I was like flying through everything, and yeah, I barely saw everything. It was great.
I guess I'm gonna have to pay a visit then.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
And
You
go
got
and
whole
see it.
wings to dedicate to both the
Really?
war on the European front, and then the whole other wing to the Pacific War. All
Which
kinds of
is-
it's
yeah.
insane.
By the way, one of the things I like in this scene here, where Captain America is visiting the Smithsonian, trying to not relive his glory days, but just say, hey, this is how much I miss this. I go and I watch these films and I see these exhibits and all that. One of the best things about this, and this isn't that much of a surprise that they use this person to be a part of this movie. I like how Gary Sinise is the narrator for the exhibits.
Yeah. A lot of people picked up on that at the time, and then I think he was uncredited for it. But yeah, it's Gary Sinise doing it.
He was great, by the way.
No, yeah,
great narrator.
hmm
And also, we're getting a little bit of a footage that
Peggy.
Captain America has never seen before from 1955.
Little Peggy, a little aged up a little bit, different haircut.
She looks good though.
Yeah.
Haley Atwell looks. Haley Atwell, even to this day, all these years later, still looks beautiful.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Yeah. She does conventions too,
Mm.
here and there, not a lot, but here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to meet Haley Atwell one day if that's possible.
Yeah.
I'd have her sign
This scene killed me in the theater, man. Like when she's like, she got like, well, and even more now, because I forgot the scene was in the movie. Both my final grandparents passed away this past year, or I should say last year, 2023.
Oh, wow.
They both went through the Alzheimer's dementia thing, which sucked. Because it's just really unfortunate. Like when it's kind of crazy how your brain can just get to that point where you forget who you are, you forget who other people are, you forget your circumstances. Like you just have random thoughts. The last time I saw my grandmother, I walked in just to kind of see her after work because they thought she was probably on her final week or so like that. We had her moved to a facility here in town so we could at least go visit her. And I came in just to talk to her for a minute, and then she looked at me and asked if I was there to fix the chair. So just again, really random stuff. So yeah, it's tough stuff, man. When they go through like dementia and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think one of the last interactions my dad and her had, because it was my dad's mom, was something about like, oh, we're going to the baseball game next week and stuff like that. And she's like, no, we're not going to a baseball game. Things like that. Just all the weird tricks your mind plays on you. When that stuff hits, it's really unfortunate.
Goodness gracious. Yeah. And it's been a while, and this is being honest here with you who may be watching or listening to this. I haven't seen this movie in a while. So when I went back and I watched it, most of it anyway, I got to about 3/4 of the way through before I had to stop so I can come on this show.
Right. Yeah.
I will say the acting done by, everyone in the cast does a great job, but the acting in this scene between Chris Evans and an aged up Peggy Carter / Haley Atwell in this case is really good, and it breaks your heart too, because they're having this great conversation and all of a sudden, the Alzheimer's kicks in. And she's like, "Oh wait, I've never seen it. Steve, you're alive! Like I didn't know you were still alive." Like,
but Steve just rolls with it. Oh, I couldn't leave my best girl behind. You owe me a dance. Yeah, and
that's right. Yeah,
it's a nice moment. Yeah,
It is nice. It's heartbreaking, but at the same time, like it's good to see that.
Mhm.
What is it? Peggy Carter is still alive all these years later.
Yeah.
You know, after the events of World
Mhm.
War II and all that. But and now Nick Fury's having trouble getting into his flash drive. That I believe Natasha was the one who gave it to him. So
See.
and he locked himself out of his
He
own
locked
flash drive.
himself out of his own stuff.
What does that
that's
mean?
weird.
What does
That's
that even
weird.
mean? Is that even possible to lock yourself out of your own flash drive?
It's like Ron Swanson making the riddle he can't solve
You mean
on Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec.
Yeah, that's a Parks and Rec reference where he hides a stash of something and he makes it so difficult even he can't find it, and he's very proud of that.
Dude, that's yeah. By the way, I haven't seen a lot of episodes of Parks and Rec, so I need to go back and do some binge watching at some point of Parks
By
and
the way,
Rec.
the Asian guy in the hologram
It's the
was
same guy from Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, yeah, it's the same guy, Mr. Lau from the Dark
Mr.
Knight.
Lau. That's right.
Yeah.
Do we know his character name in this one?
I don't know. He's just like council guy number 5 or something.
Oh, he's a council guy?
Yeah, he might have a name, but it's not really like
I
stated.
don't know his name.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know his name though.
So I finally got around to seeing last year. I went on a 70s binge, and I love paranoia movies, especially paranoia horror movies. But I finally got around to seeing 3 Days of the Condor and The Parallax View, and they're both awesome if you have not seen it. Like 3 Days of the Condor with Robert Redford is great. It holds up. It's great. And also, one of the main antagonists is Cliff Robertson, who is Uncle Ben in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie. So you'd recognize him, just a little younger. But he's kind of the main sort of CIA contact guy. But yeah, it's excellent. It's a great paranoia movie. And The Parallax View is another kind of paranoia, framed really kind of thing. It's just a Warren Beatty joint instead of a Robert Redford joint. But yeah, if you haven't seen 3 Days of the Condor, I highly recommend it. It's really good, and it holds up.
I gotta look this up now.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of it over the years. I just haven't seen it. I wonder
Well, that was like when this movie came out, people were saying, "Oh, it's Robert Redford. It's like 3 Days of the Condor." It's got a little bit of that, but Robert Redford is more in 3 Days of the Condor. He's more of like he's just a file CIA guy. Like he literally they go through books and look for like strategies. Like literally, he's one of these guys that their job is to like read books essentially and see if they can use any things in like fiction books in real life, like any strategies and spying and whatnot. It's very strange, but they just work in this office, and this whole thing where like there's a shooting and in the office, and then he's kind of on the run and he's paranoid of everybody. It's pretty great.
Wow. I gotta see where these movies are streaming and watch these.
Yeah, I ended up I found some bundle on Vudu. It was like a year ago with a bunch of 70s thrillers.
It was on Vudu.
For like $20. I got like 6 movies though. It was pretty good, and a couple of those were included. So that
I got
Parallax View and Get Carter, which is great. The original with Michael Caine is awesome.
Oh, Michael Caine. Okay.
Yeah,
I know there was a remake with Sly.
No, the OG one, Michael Caine, is great. If you want to see like badass Michael Caine, like super handsome, like 1971, like badass smooth Michael Caine, like go watch Get Carter. It's great. Yeah.
Get Carter is the name of it.
Get Carter, yeah.
You have to look that one up.
He's a mob hitman. It's awesome.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that one too when I get a chance. It's funny you mentioned bundles being available because I went to what was it? And by the way, these are in no way, shape, or form a sponsor of this show. But I went to my local Walmart, hashtag not sponsor. Found the Apes trilogy and the Predator quadrilogy on Divida. So I'm thinking, hey, we're doing some watch-alongs of certain films later this year and next year for Predator 2 and all that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to need it.
Now I have the same sets only on 4K.
Which of course you have, because why wouldn't you have the Apes or the freaking Predator movies?
Yeah, of course, man. I have Predator 2 on 4K. Of course I do.
Predator 2 on 4K? Get out of here.
Come on, Predator 2 is great. Red Letter Media just put out a review of 4K.
Oh, did they?
Predator 2, yeah.
How was it?
That's great. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to...
That movie's finally getting the respect it deserves, damn it. That Predator 2 is a fun, good, entertaining 90s action movie that should get some respect. So yes.
It is a good movie.
Yes.
I do. I enjoy it. I mean, I enjoy the first 3 Predator movies regardless, but yeah, Predator 2 is a good one for sure.
Predator 2 is super fun if you haven't seen, like, Go, or if you haven't seen it in a while, go back.
Go back and revisit that one.
We got to shut the hell up because this is a great action scene coming up with Fury in the car.
By the way, when I rewatch this, it's insane how they pull this off. It's insane.
Yeah.
By
the way, this is not just a scene with Nick Fury. This is just Sam Jackson in a random, in his car on a random, weekend, just him talking to cops.
Yes, and
he's in registration,
and he's in a car.
Yeah,
he's in the car. Ooh, jeez.
Yeah.
Did you see that guy just T-boned him? I think.
Yeah.
Is that the expression? T-boning a car?
Yeah, he T-boned him.
Jeez.
Oh, they're dogpiling on him.
Oh, fracture.
Yeah,
there's a muscle. Is it muscle? No, wrist fracture. Excuse me.
Yeah. He's got a nasty little.
What's it called?
Thing on his face too. Yeah.
He's got a gash on his face.
Yeah.
Oh, his nose is bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh! Look at this.
Surrounded.
Get me out of here. Propulsion systems are offline. Then reboot. Dang it. Armor strength is going down by like 10% every 2 seconds.
Yeah. Some good armor though.
It's a very strong armored car, I believe, is what we're looking at here.
Oh yeah, that's a hell of an armored car because it's taking
It
a lot
is.
of gunfire. And they got the battering ram.
Oh, it says window integrity compromised.
You think?
You think? How is the window integrity not compromised in the last 30 seconds? Window integrity 31%. Deploying countermeasures. Hold that order. 19%.
This is like anytime the Star Trek Enterprise is under attack. Shields down to 19%, Captain. Shields down to 7%, Captain.
Shields, warp drive is down to 5%, Captain.
Warp drive is going critical.
Is that what they say? Warp drive, yeah.
Yeah, warp core is going critical.
We're going
Gotta check the
critical,
core.
Captain.
Oh.
So, ooh, he just.
So there's a line he said here that I remember all of us in the theater were like, "Excuse me, what?" He says it in a second as he drives away.
With the car.
Yeah. As he's shooting.
I'm still waiting on it, man.
Oh, wait. Initiate vertical takeoff. You mean he casually just drops that he has a flying car? Is that not what that means? Initiate vertical takeoff? That he's.
I think it does.
Nick Fury's casually driving around with a flying car.
Does that mean he's technically driving a DeLorean time machine or something?
Yeah, he can fly.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah, except that they knocked out the propulsion system though, so he can't fly away.
Yeesh. Yeah. That is just nasty stuff.
Yeah, we all looked at each other like, "I'm sorry, does that mean what I think it means?" He has a flying car.
There's no vertical takeoff available. There's traffic alert on Roosevelt Bridge. All vehicles have been stopped. 17th Avenue clear in 3 blocks directly ahead, it says.
That's a hell of a GPS system he's got just built into the windshield there.
Great special effects, by the way. Just throwing that out there. There's good visual effects in all the MCU movies, but this one just takes.
This scene has some good car destruction that we just saw a little. I appreciate some good car crashes.
And there's even more car crashes going on right now, as we're seeing on our screens.
Yeah, nothing will ever top the Blues Brothers, but this is not bad.
Yeah, which is crazy to think that Carrie Fisher shows up in that movie just out of the blue.
Yeah, also with a machine gun.
Was it a Tommy gun or something like that?
No, she has a machine gun. Yeah,
and she's just like shooting out everybody's windows or something.
Oh, weird. Yeah, she's shooting at him the whole movie. Oh, that guy just got messed up.
He got hit by the car though.
Yeah.
Oh,
that guy just got hit by the car and thrown through the phone booth there.
He goes like,
boom, boom.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I was handed a note here. I don't know if I should read this to you, but the note states that, just a quick side note for everybody, I used to work with actor Frank Grillo's own brother pre his MCU days. Handed a note by our good friend Bobby Nash.
Yeah, there you go.
Way to go, Bobby Nash.
Yeah. He's got to be careful here because he doesn't have window integrity anymore.
Dude, he doesn't have windows, period.
I know. That's the joke.
Or at least I don't think so.
Window integrity is currently at 0%.
It's at 0 because it broke all the windows, you fool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This guy.
And I don't think that Uzi was standard regulation for NYPD.
I don't think it was either. That's a
man, that's a good.
By the way, just like in Seinfeld, you're not Penske material. Get me off the grid. Calculating routes, secure location.
Uh-oh.
Who's
Who's
this
that
guy?
ominously standing in the
Who's this
with
guy?
I know yeah, I've got the sound off, but that was the sound cue that like the little screeching noise they use
Mhm,
for him,
mhm,
like
mhm.
during the movie.
It's really good sound design, by the way.
Yeah, it's good stuff. But that looked like it sucked.
That hurt, didn't it?
hmm
It should have.
But
For anyone else,
then Mace Windu whips out his lightsaber.
that's right. He
See?
does. He does. Oh, I
Now
see it.
yeah, now it actually yeah, it doesn't look like a full lightsaber, but it might as well be. But it more looks like the laser cutters from Demolition Man.
Which that movie turns 30 next year, I believe.
No, that movie's 93.
Oh, 93. I thought it was 95. I'm sorry.
No, we missed that one.
I got the years wrong. Never mind.
Yeah.
It was 93, ladies and gentlemen. That was 2 years? No, a year ago. Jeez.
Yeah.
You know what else we missed that I wish we would have done? Unforgiven.
Oh yeah. No, I like the old school Clint Eastwood westerns, but Unforgiven's good.
But Unforgiven's great though.
Yeah.
I should have done that. I feel so bad. Honestly, if you want to know the truth.
We missed Tombstone also. Tombstone was last year.
Was that last year? Oh yeah, it was because it was before
93.
he got the part. It was before Val Kilmer got the part of Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. But hey, look at the bright side. At least Batman Forever turns 30 next year.
Oh shit.
That's right. We're gonna be celebrating
not
Batman
that I'm
Forever.
not that I'm like a giant fan of that movie, but I've also seen that movie like 900 times because I had it on VHS. So I just
you and I both had it on VHS.
So those first, the 4 Batman movies, I just, are burned into my brain. So like I, whether or not I still like them, I have them all memorized and burned into my brain. So
well, we'll celebrate it next year, and then you and I can talk about it. So
no, that's fine.
Because I actually do like Batman Forever, but
no, I don't get me wrong. I think it's an entertaining movie. It's just like anybody who contends that Batman and Robin, like, what Joel Schumacher did in that movie, like killed Batman, like all that shit's in Batman Forever also. It's just not as turned up to 11. Like all the goofy like statues and the neon lights and all the silly stuff. Yeah, all that stuff's in Batman Forever. Like I don't know what you're talking. Like it just doesn't have as many puns. But like Tommy Lee Jones and Riddler are ridiculous in that movie. Like they're almost as corny as the
60s
as Arnold Schwarzenegger is. Like it's not that far off. Like it really isn't. Like from the opening scene with Tommy Lee Jones, he's just as goofy as Schwarzenegger is in Batman and Robin.
Well, I guess you can. I can give you that one. By the way, let's see here. Case clarifies something with us in the chat. He says, "I don't work weekends. I have D&D sessions, though." Oh, that's right, D&D. I'm sorry. Well, I hope you're enjoying your campaign.
Yeah.
For those of you just tuning in, this is Captain America: The Winter Soldier's 10th anniversary watch along. We are currently at 35 minutes and 27 seconds into the movie. Feel free to queue up your copy on a physical media or what is known as a streaming service. Watch the movie along with us. Share your favorite thoughts. Ask questions in the comments of the chat below. If you're watching this live or what is known as a replay, we thank you for being with us. And don't forget to like and share this with all of your closest friends.
Yeah, Nick Fury was hiding out in Cap's apartment.
The question is why?
Well,
there's
his shield is compromised. That's why.
Which is what his text says there on his cell phone.
Very smart of him to use the little note app or whatever that is on his phone.
So how many people know? How many people know about your wife? Just my friends. Is that what we are? Are we friends? Well, that's up to you.
That was pretty shocking at the time that he took some pretty heavy duty bullets right there. Boom, boom.
Yeah, he did. And now Cap is trying to carry him to safety.
Yeah.
Oh, he's giving him something. Hold on. What's this in his hand?
Ooh.
It's a flash drive. It's the flash drive.
It's the flash drive with the nice pretty lights on it.
But you know what he just said, right? Don't trust anyone.
Yeah.
Steve Rogers, I'm Agent 13 of S.H.I.E.L.D. Special Service. Kate? I'm assigned to protect you. On whose orders?
Like he needs protecting. He's Captain America.
I know. I don't know why they had...
It's not protection. It's just so they can spy on him and keep a tab on him. Like when he's in and out of the apartment, what he's up to in the apartment. That's all it is.
Jeez. We have a shooter on the roof. Well, where is he?
He's probably got like a camera in his bathroom and stuff, spying on him.
Tell him I'm in pursuit. Captain America is in hot pursuit of this shooter.
Dude, he's just straight like running through doors and windows. Look at him plow through these doors, dude. Like just knocking them right off the hinges. Boom. Look at him right through the drywall. Oh, another set of double doors.
Now he's about to crash through. Now he's about
Just
to jump
doing
through
all
the
kinds
window.
of property damage, man. The Super's gonna have a hell of a time fixing all that stuff later.
Grabs the
That was
shield.
cool. That was a cool moment in the theater. It's like, damn.
Oh, we were losing our mind. I was like, oh my gosh, he
I was
caught
like,
the
damn,
shield.
dude,
How's
he
that even
caught it
possible?
because he's got a metal arm, bro.
He pulls a Batman. He just disappeared.
Yeah, like
Where'd he go?
People are always in these movies just jumping off roofs, with no regard for what's at the bottom or what they're gonna do.
But he just disappeared, though. How did he disappear like that? See, that's what I want to know.
Hmm.
Ooh, here's the beautiful scar, Joe.
Yeah.
Even though, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is a true statement that I'm making about the movie making process. She's wearing a wig, right?
I'm pretty sure that's her hair.
That's
isn't
her
it?
actual hair in this movie. It's not one of her Black Widow wigs.
I don't know. Maybe. What other movies was she doing around this time? Like, I don't know.
It might have been a wig. Either way, she looks
Chef?
fantastic.
Chef.
Was that the movie?
Don John.
She was. Wait a minute. She was in Chef with Jon Favreau.
Yeah, she's at the beginning and the end. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's a bunch of people are in it. A bunch of Favreau's buddies are in that movie. Yeah, she's the kind of the
Restaurant critic.
she's like the hostess in the restaurant for a little bit, and then
Get
she
outta
shows
here.
up later. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Oliver Platt's the critic. Robert Downey Jr. has a quick scene in that movie.
Nice.
Yeah,
So it's like an MCU reunion.
kind of. Yeah, it's just Favreau with all his buddies in that movie. Everybody that shows up is like buddies with him.
Does Dave Filoni show up?
I don't think so.
No, they weren't partners at that point.
No.
Oh man, this surgery doesn't look good.
No, it's not looking too good for old Nick Fury.
Fury's going in, he's under surgery right now.
He's
oh, look who just showed up. It's Maria Hill.
Mm.
Haven't seen her in a while.
Haven't seen her since she was just being a hostage in the opening scene. Not doing a whole lot of anything.
Mm-hmm.
She's about to get a promotion though.
Time of death, 1:03 a.m. Nick Fury just died. How's that possible? You can't kill Nick Fury. He's one of the lead. He's one of the bigger supporting characters in these movies. What's going on? Cap's got that flash drive though.
To make a Demolition Man reference, it was a murder, death, kill, a 187. Not trying to say and I'm not trying to say I have a murder, death, kill T-shirt, but I might have a murder, death, kill T-shirt.
I thought you were gonna say you have a you violated the verbal morality statute.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You should have one of those though. Or at least not you, then me.
I have a Demolition Man murder, death, kill T-shirt.
Good Lord.
I sure do.
I need to take him. All right.
How many Demolition Man references can I make for Captain America: The Winter Soldier? Only time will tell. I'm up to 2 so far.
Verbal morality. That's my favorite part is the whole verbal morality thing.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of the whole movie. And then when he has to use those tickets for
The
toilet
best
paper.
is when, I'm going to curse a little bit here, so I apologize. But the best is when they do it to Simon Phoenix at the little booth. He goes, "Babe, you have one." He goes, "What? Fuck you." It's awesome. Just the way he delivers it. What? Fuck you.
I'm Wesley Snipes. I can say whatever I want.
And then the cop, he goes, "I've notified the San Angeles Police Department." And then about 2 seconds later, the cops are coming because they'd already sent the cops after him. And he just goes, "Fuckers are fast too." And it just beeps him again. It's great. He just throws it away. That movie's awesome. I will contend that movie's great. This is why the people tune in when I do the watch-alongs. Not for the movie. It's for the tangents and the references. That's what you're here for.
The other references, yeah.
That's right. The references to other movies.
Oh, look, he put the flash drive in a thing.
Right behind the Hubba Bubba.
It's a vending machine, guys.
Yeah.
It's
for just a couple of bucks, you too can get all of S.H.I.E.L.D. secrets.
Oh, look who it is.
Captain Rogers. I don't trust her.
Captain Rogers, neighbor.
Yeah. See the way he said that? That's very like
Captain? I'm Alexander Pierce. Sir, it's an honor. The honor's mine, Captain. My father served in the 101st. Come on in.
See, you don't trust him either, Like, just...
I'm telling you, there's such good dialogue in this movie.
No, it's yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It's some of the best
it's just... I just think there was more of an effort around this time because we were really, like, building some stuff and trying to do some different types of movies here.
Some really good dialogue here. Honestly. I mean, the whole movie is full of great reveals and dialogue and situations that come up and all that stuff. But man, and also I like the look of his new suit. I really like the new suit.
Yeah, this Winter Soldier suit that he wears here is like, yeah, probably one of my favorites of his
Yeah.
outfits. I mean, I don't get me wrong, I enjoy when he goes old school later from the Smithsonian, but yeah, no, his suit here is pretty damn clean. I like it.
I like it a lot.
It's very like it's very functional, but it's modern. It's nice and stylish.
Modern day.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm wearing a Captain America shirt that has the Winter Soldier outfit on it tonight for this specific featured presentation that we have for you, known as Movie Watchalong. So I do my best to come prepared for these things. Both Austin and I do the same thing, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I told him before we went to the show. Yeah, I used to have like a Cap like Shield shirt, but I don't have as many Marvel shirts as I used to.
Bummer.
I have a few more DC shirts than Marvel. Just more overall a DC guy, but
which is fair.
I like, but again, I have my favorites out of the Marvels too. DC is just more my speed. I like the darker stuff and a little more serious stuff sometimes, just overall. But no, I appreciate this movie because this is one of the more kind of serious, like straightforward movies that has some stakes and has some high risk stuff, and gets a little dark at times, like with the Fury stuff we just saw, things like that. So I appreciate that, like taking things a little seriously, stepping it up.
Yeah, what was it for? Are you saying Fury hired the pirates? Why? The prevailing theory was that the hijacking was a cover, the acquisition and sale of classified intelligence.
That's what we call, Ryan, in the political world, a false flag. When you basically attack your own thing to cover up for something else and blame it on somebody else, essentially.
I was not aware of that.
It's called a false flag operation.
I'm surprised they don't drop those words in this movie.
Yeah, they're pretty close. Like, you might as well have said it was a false flag, essentially.
That's... Whew. We knew that despite all
basically one of the original, like, I mean, the idea of false flag operations go back even to like Genghis Khan and stuff. Like, the idea was that you would trash the basic idea, in way back in the day, is you would trash or burn a village, right? And then you would just leave some of the other side's like stuff there to make it look like they did it, even though you did it, and then you blame them for it. Like, you burn your own thing to rally up support for, some kind of war or something like that. And then you leave some of their spears or some of their armor or whatever, behind and whatnot. Just make it look. The most famous example is probably Hitler bombing his own Reichstag building and blaming it on Poland as a reason to start bombing Poland. You can look into that. That's declassified. He burned his own government building and then blame it on the Polish, so as a fake reason to then invade Poland.
There's a lot of things I'm learning on this. I'm learning a lot of things behind
that's declassified. Like, that's one of the more famous examples of a false flag operation.
False flag. Thank you.
Yeah, so you can look that up. That's not even like a conspiracy or anything. That's just declassified, like history.
Alexander Pierce making some serious threats over here. Somebody murdered my friend. I'm going to find out who and why. If anyone gets in my way, you're going to suffer the consequences. And I mean anyone. Understood? And Cap's like, sure. Gotcha. Don't trust anyone, Fury told him. Nice view. Yeah. Nice view there with the elevator.
I appreciate a good glass elevator with a nice view.
That's a nice, what do you call it, overhead shot?
Yeah.
Or, what do you call it, like a landscaping kind of shot? One of the two. Forensics confirmed. Cap? Rumlow? Oh, we
gonna get into it here in a minute.
You see this in the theater, it's you're thinking, oh my gosh, is the entire world gone crazy by turning against Cap? Like, what is happening here?
Yeah. And then every time they stop, just you see these hulking dudes get on the elevator, just these giant bodyguard looking dudes. Yeah, just these giant dudes, in these black suits getting on every time. It's like 3 more, 2 more.
2 more, 3 and 4.
Yeah, some guys, because he notices like these guys don't look like desk jockeys, you know what I mean? They look like special forces guys. So he knows something's up,
or something is amiss. I'm sorry about what happened with Fury. It's messed up what's happened to him. Thank you.
See, Cap's no dummy. He's a little old fashioned, but he's no dummy.
Oh, the one guy's sweating.
Dude,
He's
sweating.
nervous. He's nervous.
Mm-hmm.
But he's nervous though. That's his
He
problem.
got these big hulking guys coming out of that big bald guy there.
He's like, let me get on this elevator. And where does he say? We're going down
Yeah.
to computer level or forensics.
Yeah.
We're going down to forensics, which is down here.
Although smart of them to assume they were going to need, it wasn't going to be like one guy taking Cap into custody. You're going to need at least like a dozen dudes to try to take him down. So
Before we get started,
yeah.
does
Someone
anyone
get
want
off?
to get out?
They got the stun sticks.
Oh, but he just hit the emergency stop. So that's kind of a smart play now, isn't it?
Yeah. Got these like magnetic handcuffs.
Oh my gosh, those are ridiculous, man.
Yeah. The super magnets. Boom, boom, boom.
Speaking of, just out of curiosity though.
Yeah.
Speaking of magnets and electromagnetism, have you been following what's been going down recently on X-Men 97?
No, I haven't been watching it.
Oh my gosh, it's insane about what
I
they're doing.
I don't get around to a lot of modern TV, man. I gotta be honest. I try to watch what I can, but you know me, I'm a movie guy. I watch a lot of movies. So
But
yeah,
if you ever
I
get a
just,
chance, if you ever get a chance to see X-Men 97, I strongly advise you to watch
well,
it.
and here's what I do. Sometimes if there is something I'm interested in, i.e. like a Cobra Kai or something like that I do watch, or if it's something that is coming out week to week, what I'll sometimes do is just wait till all the episodes of the whole season are just about up, or like the week before the finale goes up, and then I'll kind of just watch through them. I'll just wait and binge through them. So, Cat took care of some business.
Yeah, it felt pretty damn personal. Because Rumlow said it's nothing personal, by the way. He says it's nothing personal. I'm like, well, it feels personal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, now he just... Oh, he dropped the...
Yeah, he cut the
elevator.
line, but it had the emergency brakes on there.
He dropped
There's more dudes coming. They're on every floor.
And he closes the door. So what's he going to do? If you close the door,
Well,
where are you going to go?
do what you always do, and Cap doesn't ever just jump out windows. Just jump.
Oh, he jumps out. He just jumped out the window.
He just jumped out. And
He jumped out of a window.
He's gonna tuck and cannonball his way down on the bottom. Oh, that had to hurt, even for a super soldier.
Even with his shield on his wrist.
Yeah, that's got to
see
suck.
his shield there. Oh man,
Ugh.
That was a nasty spill. By the way, anyone else noticing this?
No mortal man could survive that. See, I told you not to trust the little bald guy with the glasses. He's a little weasel. He's a little
I know,
weasel.
right? He's like, close the parking garage, close the bridge. Yeah, you think of closing the garage and a bridge is going to stop this guy? Look at him. He's on his motorcycle.
Dude, Cap takes down a whole hovercraft by himself, dude. How ridiculous is that, though?
That's the beauty of having the super soldier serum within your veins.
Boom, boom. He just took out the engine right there.
And he does a flip over the helicarrier, and it's just
yeah.
Or not helicarrier, the oh god, what's it called? It's called a jet something.
Yeah.
Jet something. I can't remember. I apologize.
Look, I'm not it's the geekdom thing, but yeah, it's the whatever jet, the Harrier jet or whatever it's called.
Harrier jet, yeah. We'll just call it a Harrier jet for now, because that's the only thing we can come up with.
Yeah.
Sit well. Eyes here. Whatever your op is, bury it. This is level 1. Contact DOT. On traffic lights in the district, they go red. Shut all runways at BWI, IED, and Regan. All security cameras in the city, go through this monitor right here.
So wait a minute, he's going to turn on the red lights for all the traffic lights in town? That's going to screw everything up.
You think? Especially in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital?
Yeah.
If S.H.I.E.L.D. is conducting a manhunt for Captain America, we deserve to know why. Because he lied to us. Captain Rogers has information regarding the death of Director Fury, and he refused to share it. As difficult as this is to accept, Captain America is a fugitive from S.H.I.E.L.D.
They should bring in Tommy Lee Jones.
That's right. I'm surprised they didn't have him in this.
Well, he was in the first one, remember?
Yeah, but that family could have had descendants.
Another son that looks 60 years old at birth, like Tommy Lee Jones.
I don't know, maybe. Hey, look, she's got the gum.
Yeah.
Black Widow just showed up. Well, wait a minute. There's going to be a conversation here.
She's chewing a lot of gum in this movie.
Where is it? It's safe. Do better. Where did you get it? Why would I tell you? Fury gave it to you. Why? What's on it? I don't know. Stop lying. I only act like I know everything, Rogers. Bet you knew Fury hired the pirates, didn't you? Well, it makes sense. The ship was dirty. Fury needed a distraction. I'm going to ask you again.
He's like,
I know who
I don't
killed
know.
Fury.
Well, Black Widow's one of those chicks who, like, yeah, you really can't fully know what she knows all the time because she's pretty deep into SHIELD. So,
And she's got a good poker face.
Well, yeah, she got a good poker face. She's a good operative. Like, she knows how to lie when she needs to.
Well, there's that too. But one thing we're not lying about is how great this episode of Movie Watch Along is for Captain America the Winter Soldier's 10th anniversary. We are currently 52 minutes and 55 seconds within the film. If you want to join us by watching this movie along with us on a physical media or streaming service, please do so and share your thoughts and your memories and your questions in the comments down below. And if you're watching this live or what is known as a replay, we thank you so much for being with us. And do not forget to like and share this with everyone you know. And thank you to my co-host over here known as Austin for being with us on this presentation. He's got a lot of insight into this movie, as well as insight about how the MCU has had a good rise and a really bad fall.
Yeah, he sure has. I know a lot of insight into Demolition Man as well. If anyone wants to talk about that.
Which apparently is one of his all-time favorite movies.
It might be.
Well, let me ask you a serious question, though.
Yeah.
How many Tremor shirts do you own?
Currently 3.
Okay. Is that the highest amount of shirts that you have for a property?
That I have owned, because I had another one that wore out a while back. That was just like the poster, basically.
Oh, the poster. Okay. What 3 shirts do you have now?
I have the Graboid shirt that looks like the Jurassic Park logo.
Thank you.
I have a Perfection Nevada like shirt thing with the population of 9, just like a Welcome to Perfection kind of shirt. And then I have the Walter Chang's Market shirt. One of those types of things where it's like advertising like the market, but it's Walter Chang's Market in that movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Austin, we're going to be sorry if we don't give it a name.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we discovered them. We should name them.
Tremors is next year, brother. 1990.
Oh, that's right. It is next year.
That's
alongside Batman
35.
Forever and a host of other great movies.
Yeah, 35 years, baby. By the way, one of my favorites that we're doing a watch along for this year, I might be able to rewatch around the time we watch it. The Mummy is coming back to theaters for a week at my Regal. I'm excited. It's awesome.
I heard the news about that the other day.
They are doing a 25th anniversary thing where it's literally like not a lot of night shows, but almost every day it's going to be showing at like 12 and 3 o'clock every day or something like that. So I might go like that Sunday, that weekend it opens. And I haven't seen it in theaters since it opened in 1999. So I'm excited. Go watch it again in a theater, man. Like, it's going to be cool. So my rewatch for our watch along will probably be in a theater. So that'll be cool.
That's going to be a lot of fun. I've never seen The Mummy in theaters because I saw it long after it had come out on, what was it, DVD? I think it was at the time.
You have to, man.
I think it was VHS.
Yeah.
I think I saw it on VHS and DVD at the time. But yeah, dude, if it's playing in my area, which I'm sure it is because we're doing this all over the country.
See it, man. You got
I'm gonna check. I'll tell you what. I'm going to check my local listings later this weekend or next week, and I'm going to see where it's playing.
Yeah, I don't know like what theaters have it specifically or whatnot. I know my Regal already has, listings for it. It opens like the week of the 26th or something like that, whatever that week is. It looks like for a whole week though, which is pretty cool. Like that it's going to be showing just every day. Kind of like how Die Hard, they showed Die Hard, late last year, just right. For like almost a whole week, just a couple times a day, which was great. And I'm not opposed to that. Show old movies in theaters for a week. I'm not opposed to that.
Why don't you show Die Hard again? I'll go.
Yeah. And then they're doing a Nolan series right now. So they showed The Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises, Interstellar, and Inception and Dunkirk, actually. So they're showing all those.
As far as, correct me if I'm wrong. Wait, he didn't do, no, I think Chris Nolan did make Tenet, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay. So I have yet to see Dunkirk, Tenet, and what's the other one? Dunkirk, Tenet, and what was the most recent one? Oppenheimer. Yeah, I haven't seen either one of those 3.
Tenet, I'm not big on. Tenet is confusing and weird. Good action, and it looks great, sounds great, but it's very, very confusing. It's one of those movies that only Christopher Nolan understands, and that's one of his Achilles heels, is him making movies that only he understands. And then Dunkirk is... I like Dunkirk more on a rewatch than I did on the initial watch because it's also a little confusing. Got 3 different timeline things kind of going in the movie, but they don't specifically tell you that. So it's a little strange. But Oppenheimer, I've seen 5 times. I love Oppenheimer. I love Oppenheimer.
So there's no confusing timelines in Oppenheimer.
No, it's just it's a linear story. It's just you know, some people, man, it's a very frenetically edited movie, but like in a good way that I like. I loved Oppenheimer.
Okay. All right. Well,
So
I'll sit down and watch.
again, I'm also kind of a World War II like history buff, so it kind of relates
Mhm.
to that. So I just find the whole story fascinating. It works for me.
I just wondered how much practice you've had. You don't need practice. Everybody needs practice. It was not my first kiss since 45. I'm 95. I'm not dead. Nobody's special. Nobody's special though.
By the way, the guy at the like
Yeah,
Apple
the
store
Aaron
or
guy.
whatever it
The
was,
Aaron guy.
that was
Yeah.
DC Pearson, who's a stand-up comic and a kind of a podcast guy. He's in a funny movie that came out about 5 years before this from 2009 called Mystery Team. If you haven't seen it, it's really funny. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Mystery Team.
Mystery Team sounds funny though.
It's him, it's Donald Glover. This is like pre-Community. And another guy. It's a really just like quirky, weird comedy, like deadpan comedy. It's really, really funny. I recommend Mystery Team. Very funny movie.
Mystery Team is the name of it.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Once again, we're gonna have to look these up at some point or another here in the studio.
It's free on Tubi. You can watch.
Oh, that's great. Tubi's everywhere, so I can get that.
Tubi has a lot of stuff. They're great. I love Tubi.
Well, at one point, Tubi had the Tremors movies, I think.
Yeah, I think they're just Tremors is weird. It always switches platforms, you know.
Either
every couple of years.
Tubi or it's Freevee or it's Vudu. I don't know. It's one or the other.
Yeah,
it's 1, 2, or the other. I can't remember.
It's okay. I have Tremors 1 and 2 on 4K, so who needs streaming services?
You have it on 4K, and I'm the one who has the 4-pack.
No, not just the one. I have Tremors 2 Aftershocks on 4K now from Arrow Video, which just came out recently, which
is great, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm happy for you, man. You got all these good classic movies on 4K now, so
yeah.
Like, hey, I don't need the DVDs anymore. I could just get rid of them.
No, I still have the attack pack with all the other ones because all the other ones are not on 4K yet. So I still have the
nice.
The other
I'm just glad that I have the attack pack, so I can just go back and watch it whenever.
That's right. Especially
the first one. So, oh come on, Earl, this is low. We have got to set our sights a little bit higher. How much is he paying us today to take the garbage out? $50, 47 more than we had yesterday.
So you know how many times I've used the quote from that movie? We plan ahead, that way we don't have to do anything right now. Earl, explain it to me. You know how many times I've said that to my parents? I said, I plan ahead, that way I don't have to do anything right now.
Earl, explain it to me.
Yeah. I've used that so many times in real life.
Maybe I should take a page from the Austin playbook and start using that.
That's one of my favorite quotes, and my other quote that I've used a lot is from a different movie, but it's from House of 1,000 Corpses, Devil's Rejects. When Otis says, I keep my expectations low, that way I'm never disappointed.
Hey, look at that. Pictures on the wall. That's Howard Stark right there.
It sure is Howard Stark.
And that's Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
And that was the general from Tommy Lee Jones's character.
Uh-huh.
They're at an army base, an abandoned, like,
we're about to see some Toby Jones here coming back for a little surprise cameo. Yep. I remember seeing this in the theater when Toby Jones shows up again, and I was like, oh shit, like he's like a AI like supercomputer now. I was like, that's cool.
Like it's like Krang, you know.
Yeah, he like uploaded it's like Transcendence, that shitty movie with Johnny Depp. He uploaded his brain into a computer. It's like Alfred in Batman and Robin when he makes Barbara Gordon the bat suit. I upload my brain algorithm into the
back computer and created a virtual simulation. Yeah. By the way, we are about to get a huge, and I do mean huge, reveal here.
Yeah.
In this scene, and I must say, they go to an abandoned army base, which is where Captain America was trained, in Wheaton, New Jersey, to be more specific, right? So they go to the ground floor, and then all these lights come on, and then suddenly, once they try to hack into the computer or whatever it is, something really big happens. And all of us in the theater, we're hearing all this exposition, and we're thinking, this is freaky, this is dark, this is shocking, and it's definitely going to shake up the MCU moving forward.
Yeah.
There can't be anyone down here. This technology is ancient.
Except for the USB drive.
Except for the USB drive that's sitting right there.
Yeah, conspicuously right on the top there.
And she's going to put the flash drive in the USB drive, I believe.
Yep.
Oh,
all these like old, like 60s NASA computers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think the camera's
They're
starting
gonna
to
get sucked into Tron World. Be careful.
initiate system.
You know, like in Tron Legacy when he turns on the thing and the
Oh,
camera like
yes.
tilts up and then it like flashes and then he goes into Tron land.
Shall we play a game? It's from the movie that was. I know. I saw it.
Wait a
And
minute.
it's
So
called-
he watched.
and
Wait.
it's
So he
called
watched.
Saw.
He watched War Games before he watched Star Trek. Come on now. That
Oh,
seems
you mean War
unrealistic.
Games? I'm sorry, Rogers.
Like he watched War Games before like all this other shit that he hasn't seen. That seems unlikely. Like War Games is not on my like list of movies I would tell people to watch if they
And
never seen
honestly,
movies.
War Games isn't even that good.
It's not that good. That's why,
It's
like,
not.
dude, I would recommend 1,000 other movies before War Games. If somebody was like, "Hey, I need a list of movies. Like, I've never seen a movie before. Give me 1,000 movies to watch." War Games would not be on that list. I would list 1,000 movies before War Games,
That's true. You know, this
including Captain America: The Winter Soldier. They're probably
Yeah.
on the list.
Armin Zola. He was a Nazi scientist who worked for the Red Skull. He's been dead for years.
First correction, I'm Swiss.
Second, look around you, Captain. I have never been more alive. In 1972, I received a terminal diagnosis. Science could not save my body.
I'm sorry, you're not doing the accent. Science could not save my body.
However, that was what saved me.
200,000 feet of databanks.
Sorry.
So even when he's in the computer, he still has his goofy accent. You're standing in my brain.
It was Operation.
Operation Paperclip, by the way, is a real operation. That's based on real things, Ryan. I don't know if you know that.
No, I didn't
Operation
know that.
Paperclip was when the Nazis literally worked for NASA. That's Operation Paperclip, and they were Nazi scientists working for America, like in different scientific fields. That's Operation Paperclip. That's a real thing, by the way. That's been declassified. So that's a little nugget of real life stuff they kind of slipped in here as well. Oh, the Red Skull and his Hydra operations. Yep. You need to willingly surrender their freedom. Nice that he had this montage all queued up for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to catch them up to speed.
70 years. Hydra has been secretly feeding crises, reaping war.
Mm-hmm.
And when history did not cooperate, history was changed with the Winter Soldier. That's impossible. SHIELD would have stopped you. Accidents will happen. Stark's parents died.
Oh, that's a quick little drop for what happens in Civil War, what we see there, sir.
Easter eggs.
Yeah, a little Easter egg that when you go back and watch it, you're like, oh, they dropped that little Easter egg there for what they would do in Civil War. Nice. It's the same thing, by the way, Ryan. If you go back and watch Age of Ultron, if you end up doing that next year, that movie has so much allusions to stuff they would do in the future movies. It's ridiculous. Like how like Joss Whedon dropped in that movie that they actually would pay off. It's way more than you remember. Like I watched it not that long ago and I was like, holy crap. Like he dropped everything in this movie as far as like all these storylines and little things. What does it do? The answer to your question is fascinating. Fortunately, you'll be too dead to hear it. Uh-oh. See, you always prop the door open with like a brick or something, you know? It's always stupid to not do that. Uh-oh. Missile.
I'm afraid I've been stalling, Captain. It's better this way. We are, both of us, out of time. Man, huge explosions and set pieces in this movie.
Yeah.
Great job to the production people working countless hours behind the scenes to make this movie look as good as it does.
That's like in the movie the year before this, The Wolverine, the opening scene with the Hiroshima bomb. When they
that's in the opening sequence, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I mean. When they have to dive into that thing, like
the manhole,
yeah, and he covers the guy with the thing, and gets his skin burned off pretty bad. And that
pretty bad, I must say.
Yeah, he gets pretty roasted in that scene. Yeah,
and yet his skin was still able to heal.
Burned off all of his hair and stuff too. Yeah,
that was nasty stuff, by the way.
Yeah, sure was.
But hey, at least the movie is 2/3 good. The Wolverine
Yeah, it's
falls apart at
2/3 of a
the
good
end there,
movie.
but
Yeah, it's okay. They would follow it up with Logan, so they were all right.
but the Wolverine has some good scenes in it though,
No, it's got overall some good stuff. But
and
yeah,
it's got some good themes that
but
are
then the third act, it's like we always got to have a big CGI character like fighting, and it just looks lame.
which in this case was the Silver Samurai.
Yeah, it's just lame. It's like, oh, everyone's always have to end with like a big
I don't know.
CGI fight. Like,
I did a rewatch of the Wolverine a couple months ago because I haven't seen it in so long. I'm like, you know what? Is this movie any good, or is it as bad as a lot of people
it's
make
like,
it out?
yeah, like you said, but it's 2/3 of a good movie.
Yeah, and then I watched the movie and I'm thinking, wow, this movie explores a lot of deep, darker sides of Logan that we haven't seen up to that point.
Mhm.
And I'm like, yeah, the Wolverine has some good scenes and the cinematography is pretty good. So, it's got its moments. No, it's okay, Renata. We're good. Okay, good night. Good night. And then she leaves. Look at this. We got the mystery man in the dark. Want some milk?
It doesn't.
He's a
bother
Winter
you.
Soldier. He doesn't drink milk.
Dude. Robert Redford had to have done a Got Milk commercial at some point, right? Or ad.
In his career, yeah. I mean, I'm
Okay,
assuming
all right.
so. We can find
I'm
that out on
Googling it
YouTube.
right. I'm googling it right now.
we're
No,
gonna
I
Google
know.
this.
Even just those like magazine things. You know how they would like do those magazine ads where
Yes.
they just had a milk mustache and it was like Got
Yeah.
Milk.
Did he ever do one?
I'm gonna see right now if that's a
I'm
reference.
curious
Come
if he
on.
ever made one.
Come on, Robert Redford Got
It's like,
Milk.
did you make one or no?
Well, let's see. He did a milkshake commercial. I don't see
did
any
a
specific like milk magazine
commercial.
ads, but he did a milkshake
Oh,
commercial.
Renata, I wish you would have knocked.
Mm.
Wow, he kills his housekeeper. What a nasty,
Damn, what'd
what a
she
nasty,
do?
what a nasty human being this Alexander Pierce guy is.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna check in with
Sam Wilson.
old Falcon here for a minute.
I gotta say,
Oh, he's one of those guys that drinks out of the carton. How dare you?
how dare, come on.
Yeah, don't do that.
By the way, for those of you wondering what the Bantha fodder is going on, this is Captain America the Winter Soldier's 10th anniversary watch along. We are currently 1 hour and 9 minutes and 27 seconds into the movie. Feel free to queue up your copy on physical media or a streaming service. Watch the movie with us. Share your thoughts, your memories, the fun facts, and all that jazz in the comments, in the chat if you're watching this live or what is known as a replay. Thank you for being with us. And do not forget to like and share this with everyone you know. Scarjo with the towel here and everything.
Mhm.
Quite. I think I think that actually is her natural hair in this movie.
I don't remember. Like,
I think it is a wig, but then again, it could be her natural hair. I don't know.
I don't know. I can't confirm or deny. I can probably look that up too.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a wig or I think it was a wig though. I don't know. But anyway, ScarJo looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Honestly. But I guess I just traded in the KGB for Hydra. I thought when I joined SHIELD, I was starting over, starting clean.
Okay. Here's an interesting article. Every single one of the Black Widow's wigs ranked from cafemom.com. I didn't know that was a thing.
I was going to say, I don't really care what the wigs were ranked.
Well, she wears a wig later. They have a gif right up front where she infiltrates the little council later and she's got a blonde wig on.
So that's right.
But she pulls the little thing off her face.
Yeah, I know.
But, so let's see. The worst one, they say, Iron Man 2. With her long curly wig in that movie, her first thing.
Mm-hmm.
Say worst, next worst is Age of Ultron. Yes, goofy short wig in that one. Then the Avengers. So I guess
I thought she looked good in the Avengers though.
And Civil War. No, this is worst to best, so they're saying best.
Okay.
So then there's the Civil War. Okay, so I guess these all are wigs. I guess. Okay.
Yeah. Well, she makes them look awfully real in certain scenes.
Yeah.
Who at SHIELD can launch a domestic missile strike? Pierce.
Said her best is Infinity War.
Who happens to be in one of the most secure buildings in the world. But he's not working alone. Zola's algorithm is on the Lemurian star. So is Jasper Sitwell. So the real question is, how did two of the most wanted people in Washington kidnap a SHIELD officer in broad daylight? The answer is, you don't. What's this? Call it a resume.
It's like, you don't, I do.
Is this Bakmala? The Khalid Kandil mission? That was you? You didn't tell me he was pararescue. Is this Riley? Yeah.
His buddy that died. He said in the dialogue earlier.
What did you use? A stealth shoot? No. these.
He's like, what?
I thought you said you were a pilot. I
He
never said
flew. He flies. He didn't say he flew a plane and was a pilot.
pilot. Dude, Captain America needs my help. There's no better reason to get back in.
It's like, all right. I love that they don't actually show them going to get the gear. It's just like we just assume they were able to do it. These two
Pretty
super spies were able
successfully.
these two super spies were just able to get it, which is fine. Oh man, Gary Shandling, rest in peace.
Yeah, he what was it? He passed away a couple years ago, didn't he?
Yeah, a couple of years ago. This is one of his last kind of on-screen parts before he passed away a few years later. Yeah, I'm glad. It's a nice callback. So I'm glad they brought him back even just for this cameo. You know what I mean? Like, because he was one of my favorite parts of
Iron Man 2
stuff and Iron Man 2. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's like, Mr. Stark, yes, dear. Can I have your attention?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
This is a nice pin. Thank you. Come here. Oh, so creepy. So creepy. Oh, see, it's right there. Yeah, I just saw it. Yep. Should I get that checked? I think you should, sir.
Mhm.
What a weirdo.
Yeah.
Cell phone rings. Oh, it's Alexander Pierce calling him. This ought to be interesting. I need a minute. Bring the car.
Yeah, it actually wasn't far after he died. This movie's 2014? He died March of 2016.
Less than 2 years later.
Yeah, he was only 66, so not even that old.
Jeez. Rest in peace, by the way.
Yeah, rest in peace, Gary Shandling, man. Great, brilliant dude.
By the way, speaking of Captain America and the future and things moving forward, have you seen the first look photos of Captain America 4, Brave New World?
Yeah, which ones? The originals or the reshoots? Because they've reshot that whole movie.
Oh, well, they came out with photos of Anthony Mackie with the shield and then a shot between Anthony Mackie and Harrison Ford.
Yeah, rumor has it that they've pretty much scrapped like 80% of the movie and reshot almost the whole thing. It's not
really
not looking good for old Cap 4.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Who's directing this one?
That's a good question.
Is it the Russo brothers?
No, the Russos have moved on to other stuff.
Oh. I wonder who is directing Captain America 4, Brave New World.
Let's see.
What is happening? I didn't know they reshot the whole movie. That's sad.
Julius Ona.
I have no idea who the heck that is.
Well, I'm about to look up and see.
No idea who this is.
Another one of these like guys who has done almost nothing. He directed the Cloverfield Paradox.
Well, we all know how that turned out.
Oh, there you go. Are you more excited now or less excited?
I'm gonna wait for the trailer, but that doesn't look good for Cap 4.
Yeah, he directed a movie called Luce, Luce.
Luce. Okay, well, I don't know what that is.
With Naomi Watts and Octavia Spencer, but yeah, the only one I recognize on here is the Cloverfield Paradox. So interesting. Maybe he's the only one who said yes. Bruce Banner, Stephen Strange. They dropped the Stephen Strange line. I remember being in theater and everybody having a little murmur over that at the time, Ryan. Ooh, He said Stephen Strange, Doctor Strange.
Another Easter egg.
Yeah, that 2 years later we get that movie, right? So
how could it predict the future? How could it not? The 21st century is a digital book. Zola taught Hydra how to use it. Your bank records, medical histories, voting patterns, emails, phone calls, your SAT scores. Zola's algorithm evaluates people's past to predict their future. Yeah, and what then? Pierce is going to kill. What then? And the inside helicarrier scratch people off the list. A few million at a time. That is messed up what they are doing.
Yeah, they're just gonna. Well, that's what Cap says. He goes, usually the punishment comes after the crime. It's like Minority Report, Ryan. Another good movie.
I saw it. I saw Minority Report. I was not very impressed.
Come on, that's a fun movie.
No.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's not the best Spielberg, that's for sure.
No, I'm not saying it's the best Spielberg, but I think it's one of his more unique movies.
It is, but it's not a very. In my opinion, it just didn't work for me. Didn't work. I've
But
seen
come on,
better. I've seen better time cop movies than that, like Time Cop.
But the concept of pre-crime in that movie, it's good stuff.
Yes, the concept is great. The execution was poorly. So not a very good job for you, Steven. Not good. And then they would work together again a few years later on what would be known as the War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. And that started his whole slight downward spiral for a little while. But
War of the Worlds is the last Spielberg movie I truly loved of his.
What do you mean? You liked it or you hated it?
I love War of the Worlds. I love
Really?
War of the Worlds. Yes.
All right. I thought the movie was good. I haven't seen it in 20
I think
years.
that movie is fucking brilliant.
Okay, I haven't seen it in
good.
20 years, so I have to go back and revisit that.
That movie is scary. It's got amazing imagery. It's got
Tim Robbins in
good
it.
tension. Like, I think that movie's really, really good.
Right.
That's the last Spielberg movie I truly was like over the moon about. And then everything he's done the last 20 years, like there's been stuff I liked, but I haven't loved any movie he's done in the last 20 years.
Not even Ready Player One?
No, because that's just like nostalgia bait for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be like that guy, but the book is better. It just is.
Okay, that's fair.
I listened to the audiobook and like that book was awesome. Speaking of War Games, by the way, because War Games is the movie he has to do in the Ready Player One book for the movie portion, not The Shining, which is for the movie. No, but in the book he has to reenact War Games and get it like perfect to get the key or whatever.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I almost forgot about that. Wow, we're getting some really, really big action set pieces here.
Yeah,
within the movie.
People getting like knocked off of bridges and stuff. Like, I like his little like mask here. Like, it looks pretty cool.
His whole outfit is great.
Yeah,
in this movie, this is the whole mystery of who this Winter Soldier. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the comic book, like I was.
I knew who it was, like, because I knew the Winter Soldier.
Me and a bunch of people in the theater, we had no idea who this guy was. And then when the mask is pulled off and we see the big reveal, we're like, oh my gosh, this is insane. Like, how is this even possible? And then obviously we find out more about how this happened, what the transition was. And then eventually, years later, I went back and I got the Ed Brubaker graphic novel, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and it's freaking awesome. It's one of the best Marvel graphic novels I've ever read. So if you haven't read the original source material that this movie is based on, which is Captain America: The Winter Soldier, go and read that book, or graphic novel, I should say. It's fantastic. Great artwork too. I mean, Ed Brubaker wrote it, which is freaking awesome. That guy's a great writer. If you ever get a chance, which you probably won't, Austin, because you work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you should read Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Well, it's not that I necessarily work like my 9-to-5 job 24 hours a day, but I do work a lot, and then I damn near have shows every single day. Yeah, so, with your homeboy Jordan.
Because I showed you my Google Calendar,
which is insane.
It's nothing but stuff every single day. Yeah.
Well,
it's not all Movie Hero Network stuff. It's other stuff. It's just this is technically a show for tonight, so I'm doing this tonight.
Which we thank you for taking the time out of your
This is my Saturday show for tonight, and then do a show tomorrow night, and then I've got a tournament on Monday, and then I got some trivia and another thing on Tuesday, which I don't have my phone is playing the movie right now, so I'm not going to look at it, but yeah, all kinds of stuff.
You're a busy man.
I am a busy man.
I'm
in demand. Jordan likes to say he's the backstage guy, and I'm the on-air talent. That's what he likes to say.
So he's the guy sitting in the gorilla position. You're the guy on the Monday Night Raw.
He does his thing. He's the host of whatever. He's flat out said, I've brought the life essentially to the channel, and I'm the guy who can talk about anything. So, luckily I have a lot of experience with movies and pop culture and whatnot.
Which is fair.
I can talk about just about anything, and I've been guiding him in his movie watching over the last 2 or 3 years, and what he needs to watch, and
I did,
things like that.
That's great. I did a rewatch of this because I haven't seen it in such a long time, and I know it had its anniversary already, so it's already passed, so we can't do it this year. I watched Beetlejuice a couple nights ago, and I'm like, dang, man, this movie is like, it's fast. It doesn't. This is the thing about certain movies that were made in a certain time. When you can get a movie and a story complete and tell it in a 3-act structure in 90 minutes or less.
Yeah, no, I miss those movies that are like, I like to call it lean. These movies are lean. There's no fat on them, there's
Beetlejuice is one of them. Tremors is another.
Tremors is one of Tremors does it in 92 minutes. I mean, you look at the original. I know we're tangenting right now, but whatever. This is what people pay to see us. Listen, like The Little Mermaid, my contention when the remake comes out was The Little Mermaid gets it done in 82 minutes. Like, gets it done. Like, that movie is super lean and like super efficient. And then like this remake was like
It's like
2
2.5
hours and
hours.
2 hours 15. Like, what are you doing? That movie did everything you need to do in 82 minutes. How is this movie 45 minutes longer? Like, that makes no sense. And it didn't make any sense when you see the movie. That's all unnecessary. But anyways, like, that's what I mean. Like, these movies that are very lean, like they can get it done in like less than 100 minutes or whatever, and tell everything you need to tell. Do you realize the original Toy Story is 80 minutes?
Yeah, I
80
just
minutes?
rewatched it like a couple months ago.
Dude, 80 minutes. You know how much world building is in that movie and character building in 80
Jeez.
minutes? That movie is so efficient, and there's not a single wasted moment
No.
or line of dialogue or
Nope.
anything. Like,
everything is sharp.
well, it's like Back to the Future as well. It's the same thing. It's like 100 minutes. I mean, and everything is, every line of dialogue, every scene is efficient and tells you something and moves it along. Like, it's incredible. So, yeah, it's the only thing that's bugging me lately about like a lot of modern movies is I feel like there's been a decent amount of movies. And I'm not opposed to long movies. People get the wrong idea. Like, 3 of my favorite movies of the last 10 or 15 years are 3-hour movies: Wolf of Wall Street, Django Unchained, and Hateful Eight. And Oppenheimer from last year was like one of my favorite movies last year, and that's 3 hours. But I'm not saying it can't be done. But I see a lot of movies now that are like 2 hours and 20 minutes for no reason. And I'm just like, can we just move it along? Like, there's a lot of unnecessary stuff in this movie. Like, just go. Like, let's get moving. And like,
Agreed.
I see a movie, like a trailer for something, and I go look it up. I'm like, that movie's gonna be 2 hours. How? Like, there was some specific example. I can't remember what it was. I was at work, and I was just like, how is that movie going to be like 2 hours, 15 minutes? And I was like, I almost have to see it to see how they justify it. It's one of those things. I can't remember what it was. I'd have to look up my watch list, but it was something to where I remember looking it up and being like, there's no way that movie's 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Man, that's insane. But what else is insane is the fact that so much action just occurred in this scene. The Winter Soldier reveal finally happened. We figured out who it was. In this case, it's Bucky Barnes, Steve Rogers' best friend from back in the day, from when he was growing up, and all of a sudden he just found out his best friend is working for the enemy. And not only that, we are 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 25 seconds into this epic movie known as Captain America: The Winter Soldier. If you are just joining us and you want to watch this movie along with us, do so on physical media or streaming service now. Leave your thoughts, your feelings about it, anything about the Captain America MCU in the comments of the chat. If you're watching this live or on a replay, we thank you so much for being with us, and do not forget to like and share this with everyone you know. This movie continues to step up its game with every scene, and not only that, it's getting darker. So I am digging this tone, and I'm digging this storyline.
Yeah.
I mean, and by the way, Black Widow has been shot in the shoulder here, and she's bleeding out. And if they don't get her medical attention soon, she's going to bleed out all over the floor. See? Sam Wilson's trying to warn them. We need a doctor. If we don't put pressure on that wound, she's going to bleed out right here in the middle of a truck.
Mm-hmm.
And she just, wait a minute, that security person just knocked out the other one. What's going on? Oh, that thing was squeezing my brain. That's Maria Hill. Who's this guy? It's like, who's this guy? Like, I'm rescuing you, but who is this guy? I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
What does Rumlow says something here, and I'm trying to... 3 holes, start digging. You really think you're going to bury those 3 people in holes?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, to me, that's just lame. Oh, look, they got away.
They were ready to pop them right in the middle of the road, and they saw the like the news helicopter.
Oh, that's true. But then he's like, no, not here.
Not here, not here, not here, not here.
We can't do it here, though.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look who it is. It's one of the co-directors of the movie. I can't remember.
Yeah.
One of them, Anthony?
Yeah, one of them does the acting. And then is it him that he shows up in Endgame as well? In the therapy scene or the counseling scene?
No, he shows up in Civil War as a dead doctor victim in the bathtub that the Winter.
No, I was saying one of them. I think it's the same one. Shows up in Endgame. He's in the scene when they're talking about like he's talking about his spouse or whatever, and like they're talking about the people, the family they lost. Like he's in that scene too.
Oh, never mind. I forgot about that. It's been a while since I've seen these movies.
He's pulling these like Alfred Hitchcocks, and he's like putting himself in little quick roles in the movie.
Any attempt on the director's life, we had to make it look successful. They can't kill you if you're already dead. Besides, I wasn't sure who to trust. And we see that Black Widows be intended to by medical personnel.
By medical Russo.
Medical. That's one way of putting it. Thanks for bringing it up. And look, they're repairing his arm because apparently Captain America tried to. No, Black Widow threw that gadget at it. It goes like this. Bucky, no.
Yeah,
Oh, now he's having. Dude.
Yeah, we're gonna see a little flashback here and see what happened when he got picked up.
Oh my gosh, they cut off his arm.
Yeah, they did.
The procedure has already started. You ought to be the new fist of Hydra. Put him on ice. So that's how he was able to accomplish his missions, is because he was cryogenically frozen over the course of time, right? Yeah. That's how it works. So apparently Hydra was the one who developed cryogenic freezing.
I mean, back in the day, yeah, I guess.
I mean, yeah, thanks, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they did that cryogenically freezing sequences in the Austin Powers movies.
Yeah.
What was it?
Freezing beginning, freezing end.
Freezing
Evacuation complete. Evacuation complete. Evacuation
come. Yeah, and then it just keeps on going.
Evacuation
complete, or whatever it's called. Yeah.
This is so they're making a super soldier, Ryan, like Batman and Robin again. This movie's just like Batman and Robin.
Man on the
I present to you Antonio Diego, serial killer serving life in prison. He spits his, and what a charmer he is. John Glover.
Jeez, man, John Glover's done so much for Warner Brothers. Let me tell you, that man has done so many properties.
Turbo, do it for daddy. By the way, the guy who plays Bane in that movie is a wrestler named Jeep Swinson.
I did not know that.
He was a wrestler for a little while. He's a big, gigantic, real life, huge dude. But I think he passed away in like 2000 or something, like not long after that.
Did he ever work for any of the big companies?
Like he worked for WCW for a bit. Like you can see a couple of his matches. He wore like camo gear and a beret, but it mostly just did squash matches. He was never like a big star, but you can look you look up Jeep Swinson wrestling, like you can find a couple of his matches. But he's you see that and you can see why they cast it. He's an enormous gentleman. he is huge.
Well, put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander Pierce trying to give Third Degree to Winter Soldier here. It's like, hey, we need you to do a job, and you better.
What's up with the dude that looks just like a boxing referee here? He's got like a little bow tie on, like a blue shirt, like
oh yeah, that's
like
right.
Looking like a 50s boxing referee.
I just noticed that. That. Oh, now they're gonna wipe his memory and just start over
again. Yeah.
Again, yeah, they're wiping his memory.
Yeah.
Even though he says this is another Easter egg that wasn't dropped in this film, but in the other one. In Captain America Civil War, when Iron Man confronts him, he says, do you even remember them? He says, I remember all of them. Which means he remembers all the victims that he killed.
So maybe that, it didn't work as well as they thought it did.
I suppose not. Alexander Pierce.
They really should have used a neuralizer instead and just set it for like a day. And
wait a minute. So you just flash that thing and it erases her memory and you just make up a new one? And you just your neuralizer. And that weak-ass story is the best one you can come up with.
Mm-hmm. Make it a happy memory.
We got a deputy medical examiner in there. She needs a new memory. Make it a happy memory. And then Will Smith is like, yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
It's about time you did her some good. He's like, how many times you flashed?
Hey, when do I get my own little flashy memory messing up her thingy when you grow up?
Okay.
Okay.
Whole lot of people are going to die if we don't do this. We have to assume everyone aboard those carriers is Hydra. We have to get past them, insert these server blades, and maybe, just maybe, we can salvage. What's that? No, we're not salvaging anything. We're not just taking down Hydra. We're taking down SHIELD. SHIELD had nothing. You gave me this mission. This is how it ends. SHIELD's been compromised. You said so yourself. Hydra grew right under your nose, and in this cave, I noticed. How many paid the price before you did? See, there is some serious stuff that's brought up. Like, I didn't know about Barnes. Even if you had, would you have told me? Or would you have compartmentalized that too? SHIELD, Hydra. It all goes. He's right. See, even Maria Hill and Black Widow are agreeing with him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't look at me. I do what he does, just slower.
That's a
Some
point.
good levity in this movie by Sam Wilson, too.
Mhm.
Well, looks like you're the ones giving the orders now, Cap. See? He's giving the
Yeah.
orders now.
Yep. Well, he's a captain. He should be giving
Yeah,
the order.
Fury's no longer in charge.
That's like Tony Stark in the Avengers saying, "Cap, make the call."
Call it, Captain. Yeah.
Mhm.
That was a great line, too,
Mhm.
in Avengers. That was great. That was like, oh my gosh. So this guy doesn't know this guy very well, but he's going to give him control of the team because at least he knows on the surface he's been through war. He knows how to accomplish missions and knows what it's like.
Mhm.
Oh, we got a flashback sequence here.
Well, that's because Tony Stark, you see, he has one plan: attack.
It's true. Yeah. Oh, there were so many good lines in the first movie. Oh my gosh. I mean, the whole movie is great, but
Mhm.
which we did a 10th anniversary watch along back in 2022, which you can watch on the Movie Nerds channel right now.
Mhm.
Thank you, Buck.
Well, hit me up when you get to Infinity War. In another
Infinity
four
War
years,
was
4
20
years, 2018.
Yeah, that's a long ways off, man.
I know.
That's a really long way off.
I know.
But at least we
that's,
got Tremors, we got Batman Forever, we got Predator 2,
Gremlins too.
we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hell yeah, dude! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is my jam too.
Dude, that one turns
That's
35
great.
next year. You know we're going to be doing a party for that one.
Have you
man.
seen Blackberry, the movie Blackberry?
The movie? No.
You should,
Who's
because
in
it's not only one of the Jerry Baruchel, Glenn Howerton, Michael Ironside has a bit part, Carrie Elwes has a bit part, but I'm just saying you should because there's a character in that movie that's Jerry Baruchel's partner that does nothing but make like throughout the movie he's a giant Ninja Turtles fan. So there's a bunch of references just to that movie. Like they even reference Sam Rockwell in that movie, like
the head
in the
thug,
Blackberry
yeah.
movie. Yeah, because he's just like he's showing a guy around and he's like, you could say I'm like Sam Rockwell and Ninja Turtles, showing you around. Regular or menthol?
Yeah, regular or menthol? By the way, that was a nice little Stan Lee cameo we just got.
Oh yeah.
He says, "Oh boy, I am so fired."
Mm-hmm. Took his old school uniform.
Captain America says, "Gear up." What are you going to do? You going to wear that? No. When you go to war, you got to wear a uniform.
Mm-hmm.
And he picks out his old one.
Yeah, gotta get it. Still fits.
Because the new one is too associated with Hydra.
Mm-hmm. So they're just gonna. Their plan is they're just gonna Hydra. I mean, we're just gonna take on this helicarrier and just start sniping people from this helicarrier randomly all over the world. Like that's not gonna look suspicious.
Yeah,
we're just gonna start shooting and murdering people like from the sky. Like that's like all of a sudden we're not gonna have all these reports of deaths of people getting shot from a 50 caliber bullet from the middle of the sky. Like that's weird, right?
That's a good point. They
Like,
didn't think.
Yeah, I don't know if they thought this through. Like that's
No.
hails of bullets coming from the sky like randomly. Like that's all right.
A little strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, isn't that Daniel? What's his name? Daniel Pudi from Community.
Oh, maybe I don't know. I'm not a.
I think it is. Look who it is.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did a lot of Community.
Excuse us. I know the road hasn't exactly been smooth, and some of you were glad me kicked me out of the agency years ago. But finally, we're here, and the world should be grateful. Oh, attention all agents. This is Steve Rogers. You've heard a lot about me over the last few days. Oh, this is a great speech.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Taken over by Hydra. Just calling his ass out right on the speaker. Calling Romlo out. Calling them all out. That little Weasley guy with the bald guy with the glasses, the little weasel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that guy. Just trying to get a few people on the side, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get a little backup, a little cover. See, these people think, well, okay. So I think what it is these people think that it's just going to be this like protection thing that they're launching, but the compartmentalization, the little office people, the people just hanging around or whatever, don't know that it's going to start like shooting people from the sky. I think, like in the secret program. Mm.
Did you write that down first, or was that off the top of your head?
Smug son of a bitch.
By the way, that's the same guy who was on Lost as Penny's father.
Mm.
Good actor.
Yeah, I was
too.
gonna say that guy looks kind of
He
familiar.
is.
Like he's
Yeah,
been in
he
stuff.
was on Lost. He plays Penny's father, and he was also in the TV series that was from the producers and creators of Lost, Adam Horowitz, and I forget the other person's name, but he was
Excuse me.
in Once Upon a Time, ABC's Once Upon a Time.
I was gonna say I need to look that guy up because he looks familiar.
He was
from
also
other
in,
stuff,
he was
too.
also in a great episode of
That's
Person of Interest.
his name is Bernard White.
Yes.
He's Councilman Singh here.
Ah, yes.
So yeah, let's see what he's been in. Oh, he was in the Matrix movies too.
Hmm.
Ramachandra, Matrix
Okay.
Revolutions and Reloaded. So he's in those also.
Whoa.
Yeah, he does a lot of TV, mostly a TV guy, which is fine. There's a lot of working actors that just do a lot of TV. And it's on the Blacklist,
Yep.
Homeland. Let's see. Yeah, it's like one episode of this, one episode of that, one episode of the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Hmm. Nope. Now Agent 13 almost got attacked there.
Yeah.
Oh, Rumlow and his team are going after the agents.
Mm-hmm.
All the good people that are left anyway. This is a war, man. This film is broken out into all-out war.
Yeah.
Override. Oh, you're gonna
Oh,
launch
man.
those helicarriers, man.
I know. Hidden suspiciously under the Potomac River. You know?
Well, maybe here's what I'm thinking. If they are going to move forward with this plan of theirs and take out millions of people at once, I mean, I think they would do it one person at a time and not try to make themselves look suspicious. But at the same time, there are 3 helicarriers in the middle of the sky, so it's like, how is that? No one not going to notice that?
Well, I mean, I guess they got the same thing they had on the Avengers, like the little
Stealth.
the little mirror things or
Cloaking
whatever.
device. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, you're gonna have all these reports all over the United States or wherever of like all these local cops and stuff being like, this person has like a gunshot wound to the top of their head from like a 50 caliber. Like, where does that come from? You know, like people don't just have those caliber weapons like just on them. You know, they didn't shoot themselves with those. Like, you would have a lot of suspicious deaths on your hands.
Mm-hmm. That's a fair point.
Yeah.
Hey, Cap, how do we know the good guys from the bad guys? If they're
Well,
shooting at you, they're bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. What do you call it? Logic there.
Once again, Captain just jumping off of buildings, you know, just because.
Doesn't care for his own safety.
Yeah.
He's
His
just
shield looks especially shiny here. Do you shine it up, you know, in between? Give a
maybe he
little
did.
wax and a polish, you know?
That's a valid point. Maybe he
It
did.
looks a little bright. Maybe it's just because it's in the daylight now. All the other scenes are like him running around at night.
You know what's crazy? After watching, I mean, we're still in the process of watching this movie for Movie Watch Along with Captain America: The Winter Soldier's 10th anniversary, but this is making me want to pick up a bunch of Captain America comics now. I mean, heck, this is making me want to pick up a Captain America Funko Pop, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I never got into the Funko Pop. I have a few of them, but you can't go down that rabbit hole. That's one that's
yeah, your wallet's gonna hate you.
Yeah. I just prefer just buy movies, but I do have some. I mean, I've got a Power Rangers. I got a Red Ranger. I got a Red Ranger and a Green Ranger. I have a Judge Dredd. I have a Roger Rabbit. I have a Gizmo from Gremlins. I've got I've got a Jerry from Seinfeld with the Pez dispenser just because it says Pez on it. You know, my nickname is Jerry with Pez. And I've got the Batmobile. I've got the DeLorean from Back to the Future, like the Funko version of the DeLorean. You know, yeah.
Is it the Funko version of the DeLorean with Marty in it?
Yeah. Marty on
nice.
the top of it. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Hey, look, that woman from the security council can move awfully fast for an old lady, can't she?
Oh, I've got a RoboCop. I got RoboCop next to Dredd because they both have helmets on.
Nice.
You know, so do the Power Rangers, to be fair.
I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, that's Black Widow. That's not the security council.
Yeah.
Did I step on your moment? Oh my.
Hey, go interrogate Mr. Lau. He knows where all the money is. One big pot.
Like I said, I'm very good with calculation.
I'm good with calculation.
Enjoy
your time in county, Mr. Lau.
That's right. That's right. Speaking of, by the way, I know we're going to be talking about this later on this summer for what is known as Movie Watch Along, which you are currently watching our Captain America: The Winter Soldier's 10th anniversary celebration watch along. For Batman 89, the other day they were having a sale, so I bought Batman and Joker from Batman 89. Funko Pops, I mean.
Oh, Pops, yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, so I got Jack Nicholson with the with the cane from the museum scene.
Nice. Yeah.
Or not the museum, it's just his overall outfit that he wears throughout the movie, the purple and the green and all that. And then I have Batman holding his Batarang from the opening scene of the movie where he's roping that guy.
What are you?
Don't kill me, man. It's just
Don't kill me.
God.
Don't kill me, man.
I'm going to kill you. I want you to do me a favor.
Hey, you want to cut of this money or not?
Now
shut up. Just shut up.
Yeah, we should have turned the gun in that kid, man. You should have turned the gun in it.
Dude, that whole movie is just going to be us going back and forth in dialogue.
I know, honestly. A little bit later on this summer, we're going to have a lot of fun with that.
I don't even need to turn on the subtitles for that movie when we watch it. I will know every single line.
Because I'm hosting, because you and I are hosting the show, I have to have the subtitles on.
But I probably wouldn't even need to, honestly. Like, I could probably just see the scene and, know what they're saying. Like, it's just, oh, my God.
I'm still going to use the subtitles, but, I'm 99.9% sure I know every single line.
Oh, yeah.
So, which Austin, myself, and whoever else is going to be on that wild ride with us is just going to be quoting it. So,
gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence?
Come on, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. We're talking about the Marvel. We're trying to talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and we find ourselves talking about the.
Well, it's just what's there to say? Falcons flying around getting shot at. That's been the last 5 minutes. It's
not much.
There's not much I can add from this. It's a bunch of him flying around.
Good CGI though.
Yeah, Cap's running around kicking people into storage containers. It's they're shooting missiles at him. It's not
they're
much
trying to put the server blades into the ship.
Yeah, well, they're trying to get the ships to shoot each other. And
that's right. The helicarriers.
So that's how they take them out, as they start to aim them at each other, essentially.
Oh, well, there's your plan
They
there.
They got to hijack the programming. Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Sam Wilson just did it.
Mm.
Oh, wait a minute. That's two down, one to go. She says.
Yeah.
So that means Cap has to get the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who got the first one? Did Black Widow take care of the first one? No, she's in the council room. So I guess no. I think Cap did take care of the first one. And then Falcon did the second one. I'm sorry. Oh man, Winter Soldier's going to town over here.
I know those guys were trying to help, and Winter Soldier's just taking him out
one by one. Damn. Oh, he blew up the Helicarrier jet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that guy got killed right into the engine.
Damn.
Shoots the pilot. He went right through the window. He did go through the window. Oh, now he's going to fly it. Oh, my. He's flying it. He's flying it, though. Restricted access. Disabling the encryption in his executive order. And it takes 2 alpha level members. Don't worry. Company's coming. Oh, who's this? Who's this? Who's the mystery person in that helicopter?
He's still alive.
He's got that black coat on. He's got the black black boots. Look who it is. It's Nick Fury.
And he's pissed.
It's Nick Fury with an arm brace. Did you get my flowers? I'm glad you're here, Nick. Really? Because I thought you had me killed. You know how the game works. So why make me head of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Because you were the best and the most ruthless person I've ever met. I did what I did to protect people. Our enemies are your enemies, Nick. Disorder. War. It's just a matter of time before a dirty bomb goes off in Moscow or EMP fries Chicago. Diplomacy? A holding action, Nick. A band-aid. And you know where I learned that? Bogota. You didn't ask. You just did what had to be done. I can bring order to the lives of 7 billion people.
You know, Robert Redford is 87 now.
Jeez, by sacrificing 20 million. It's the next step, Nick. Man, that's still 20 million innocent people is a lot of lives, dude.
That's a lot of people. Like I said, that's really hard to cover up. It's a whole lot of people.
You don't think we've wiped your clearance from now? I know you erased my password. Probably deleted my retinal scan. But if you want to stay ahead of me, Mr. Secretary, you got to keep both eyes open.
Scan that bad eye.
Safeguards removed. Charlie, carrier to 45 degrees off the port bow.
Now Maria's gonna have to take care of some business.
Just took out 2 of them. 6 minutes. Hey, Sam, I'm going to need a ride. Roger that. Whoa.
Ow.
I just did. You just jumped off a helicarrier. He had to jump off the helicarrier.
Yep.
Boy, he is falling awfully fast.
Well, yeah.
Picking him up now. You know, you're a lot heavier than you look. I had a big breakfast. Oh, Winter Soldier just came out of nowhere.
Damn. He just grabbed him. He's gonna toss his ass.
Oh, he's trying to
Oh, damn.
just
Yeah,
brought down Sam. One of his wings just got destroyed.
he just pulled the Sparta kick on him too and kicked him off the helicarrier.
Oh, that's right, he did.
It's like the movie you can do on Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh my goodness!
That's a good
How
thing
did he make a soft landing on that without?
By the way, the engines on that thing, I don't think it's a coincidence, look like the engines on the Imperial destroyers from Star Wars. I don't think that's a coincidence. You know
Maybe
what I mean?
Marvel Studios took a page out of the Star Wars playbook.
Yeah.
I mean, they are owned by the same
You said
studio.
the shape and like the number of them, like it's very, very similar.
That's fair.
I don't think that's a coincidence though.
It's a good observation, though,
Get Rumlow taking care of business.
because I wasn't even thinking that.
Homeboy's
Repeat
like the
this
Punisher.
much.
It's almost like he's like the Punisher.
Well, he's got all the black outfits on.
Yeah.
Lumlow's headed to the Security Council. I'm on it, Sam Wilson says. And Cap's trying to put the disc. Oh, there's Winter Soldier. People are going to die, Buck. I can't let that happen. Look at this standoff on this catwalk.
Yeah, he's trying to jog his memory.
Please, don't make me do this. Man, Bucky's got that evil eye on his... Got that look on his face.
Uh-huh.
It looks like Bucky is still working for Hydra. Oh. Cap just got hit in the side.
Sebastian Stan is, by the way, 2 years before this, he did a horror movie that I despise, one of my most hated horror movies of all time, called The Apparition. That movie sucks.
The movie's that bad?
I mean, I'm not saying it's like his fault or whatever, but like that movie is awful. Like awful, awful, awful. Oh my God, that movie sucks.
Well, you know, people got to do what they got to do to get a paycheck there.
It's Sebastian Stan, Ashley Greene, and Tom Felton from Harry Potter.
You mean Draco Malfoy?
Yeah, Draco Malfoy, yeah. It's not a good movie.
Not a good movie.
No, Sebastian Stan's in it, though.
Jeez.
We're saying he should play young Luke Skywalker.
A lot of people have been saying that over the years.
Yeah, he looks like Mark Hamill a little bit.
Yeah, maybe he should.
I like how Jeremy Allen White, you know, the guy from the Iron Claw and the Bear, you know, things like that. That guy, he's kind of blowing up right now. You know how much he conspicuously looks like Gene Wilder? You're saying he should have played Wonka? We got a good old-fashioned Mexican standoff here. He's threatening him with pushing a button. Ow, he just got hit in the back of his own shield. I mean, get that shit out of here. You just pimp slap the shield.
Nope.
Oh, stabbed.
Stabbed him in the arm.
Yeah.
Or the side, inside of the arm.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that drive. Man,
They took him over.
Man, these two men are destroying each other.
That was a hard takeover there.
Drop it.
Damn, he just broke his arm.
Drop it, Buck. Drop it. Drop the server. Or drop the microchip, I should say. See, now this is making me want to buy a Captain America pop all of a sudden. I just bought the Batman pops the other day. You know what else I got? I got a Gambit Funko Pop because of X-Men.
Damn, he just straight choked him out, yo.
He did. And then what was the other two that I got? Oh, because the 25th anniversary is coming up in 2 weeks. The 25th anniversary of Phantom Menace. I got Qui-Gon and I got Darth Maul. Funko Pops, by the way, to be more specific.
Sam's gonna fight old Brock here.
By the way, the only reason I got those pops there, Austin, not only because they're some of my favorite properties, but also they were on sale.
No, you know.
But I saved some mad money.
Sales are good.
Sales are good. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with sales.
That's why I got them, really.
Oh.
1 minute to targeting. Maria Hill just said, we got 1 minute, Cap. 1 minute. 1 minute. Oh, we got shot.
Man, these movies always come down to the last minute, you know?
Yeah, they always like to do those countdown clocks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They do it every time. They're going to do it in Galaxy Quest.
He's shooting his best friend. Why is he doing that?
Galaxy Quest has an anniversary coming up later this year.
Sure does.
Which, that's a great movie right there.
I just watched it again like 3 or 4 months ago. And the movie's
How was
really good. It's really, really good. Yeah.
Nice.
The movie is,
hey, Alex, where are you going? To see if there's a pub. We missed you, by the way.
I have a thing for Missy Pyle in that movie.
Wait a minute, who does she play?
She's like kind of the really tall alien chick in the movie that gets with.
Oh, the one who's attracted to Tony Shalhoub?
Yeah, the one who gets with Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah, no kidding.
I have a thing for Missy Pyle. I think she's super sexy in that movie.
Why? What was she in besides that?
I mean, she's in other stuff, but she actually plays like the kind of weird looking chick that gets with Justin Long in Dodgeball. Another kind of Galaxy.
Yeah,
they're also both in Dodgeball, so they're both in Galaxy Quest and Dodgeball.
No kidding, I didn't know that.
She's in a bunch. I mean, she pops in a bunch of stuff, mostly just minor roles, but yeah, very recognizable.
That's crazy, man. I forgot about that.
She was in a movie with Anthony Mackie. She had a brief part. Speaking of Anthony Mackie, I was trying to remember it had a weird name. It was like a Hulu movie where it was Anthony Mackie and this girl like on a spaceship, kind of marooned outside of Jupiter, just like kind of hovering, you know, kind of lost in space sort of a thing. And she pops up for a second in like a flashback as the other passenger who went crazy.
Crazy.
They're all going to point at each other with all these guns targeting each other.
Because because the people in the office are asking each other, where are the targets? Where are the targets? There's 3 of them, but they're not 3 people. It's 3 helicarriers, which is a big difference, ladies and gentlemen.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, now they're going off. You know,
boom, 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 boom.
Maria Hill's telling him to get out of there. Get out of there, Cap. Get out of there.
Boom, 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 boom.
Well, those things are destroying each other, that's for sure.
Yep. I don't think they're going to survive this.
No, I don't think they're going to make it either. For those of you just joining us, we are an hour and 55 minutes into the movie known as Captain America the Winter Soldier, celebrating its 10th anniversary here on Movie Watch Along. I'm joined by my good friend and co-host, Austin, is here with us. Don't forget to like and share this with everyone you know. If you have any comments, questions, fun facts about this movie or anything within the MCU or comic books, let us know in those comments. Let us know in the chat. And don't forget to like and share this with all of your closest friends.
Could this be the end for Captain America? Will he survive this particular carrier crisis? Tune in next week. Same Cap time, same Cap channel.
Oh, wow. She activated an EMP system to fry the chip. She says, ow, those really do sting. Well, at least we know Black Widow is still alive.
Yeah.
I hope the council members are still alive, though.
Oh, it's going down.
Yeah, well, they're all going down, but were the council members still alive? I can't remember.
They were in the building, but some of them got shot.
Hmm.
That one's going down. Oh, it's going to crash into one, just like in Star Wars.
Maybe they did pull a lot of the Star Wars.
Yeah, remember in the the one crashing the other one. Yeah,
dude. Oh, look at that! Nick Fury just put like a bunch of bullets in Alexander Pierce, so he kills him, and then he says his last words for him were "Hail Hydra." I'm like, oh, what a sick man he was.
Yep,
horrible person. I gotta tell you. Really nasty person that Alexander Pierce was. But that's what's so good about Robert Redford portraying this character. You think he's a good guy in the beginning, then he slowly but surely peels the layers back and becomes the villain. And he is 82, 84, you said it was a minute ago?
He's currently 87. So
87,
he was 77 when this came out. Yeah.
Oh, so that basically means you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Die,
we pulled a Dark Knight on you.
Live long. Hey, that quote has become more prescient since that movie than maybe any other quote from that movie.
Really?
You know how many times like we've seen somebody in like pop culture or like whatever, you know, that was like beloved at one time and then they lived long enough to see themselves become the villain? Like, you know how many things we could apply to that?
That's
like
true.
all these people.
Well, Rumlow tried to warn Falcon that you're out of your depth, kid, and then Falcon's like,
Man.
nope, you're out of your depth because I'm running away from the crash.
Man, go
Please
right
tell
to
me you got that chopper in the air. Sam, where are you? 41st floor, northwest corner. We're on it. Stay where you are. Not an option. It's not an option.
Oh no.
I can't stay where I am on the 41st floor.
Just jump out the window.
Oh,
I was gonna say, don't
wow,
get
that
you almost got chopped up by those propeller blades.
It's not like they put the floor numbers on the outside of the building.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Steve? You got a location on Rogers? Maria, you got a location on Rogers?
Still hanging on.
So is the Winter Soldier. He's still limping around.
Yeah.
He's coming up. Oh, Captain America lifted that thing to free Bucky. You know me. Bucky, you know me. No, I don't. And against everything, he is trying to hold on to his friend.
It's like when Mr. Miyagi freed Sato in Karate Kid Part 2. Miyagi, you here kill me? You're a coward. and then he chops the big post in half with his Miyagi powers.
Yeah. How about the scene at the end of that movie where the kid wants to kill Danny and then Danny says, "Life or death, man. Life or death." And then the guy says, "Death."
No, he goes,
"You fool."
He goes, "Live or die, man. Die."
Die.
Wrong.
Is that what Danny says? He says wrong?
No, yeah, he goes wrong and he does the nose. I always hate the nose thing. Like, I think that's corny.
Yeah, it's so lame, don't you think?
It's really lame, but like the scene, like, because before that, it's badass because he literally does like, it's like live or die, and the guy just looks at him and goes, "Stop." It's like he should just say wrong and just like shove him over. If he would have done that, it'd be fine. But like, I hate the nose honky thing. It's so lame.
So lame, yeah.
And they only introduced it. It's not even in the first movie. It's like in that epilogue from the first movie at the beginning of the second movie when he does it at Crease.
Yeah, the
like,
parking lot.
It's kind of like how in Back to the Future 2 and 3 they introduced the chicken thing, even though that wasn't in the first movie. Like, that kind of bugs me too.
Oh. Wait a minute, what chicken thing in Back to the Future?
You know, what are you, McFly? You chicken?
Oh, what are you, chicken?
Yeah, that's not in the first movie, and they just introduced that as a thing in the second movie, like it was in the first movie, and it's not. That's weird.
Right. But here's the funny thing about it, though. When Needles says it, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
When he says in the 2015 sequence, he's like, "Everyone, unless you want everyone in division to think you're chicken." And then at the end of part 3, he says, "What's the matter, chicken?" It's hilarious, bro. It is.
Yeah.
So the Winter Soldier and Captain America.
Thanks, McFly. See you at the plant tomorrow.
Dude, that whole scene was hilarious.
He rolls his eyes and smiles. And
see you at the plant tomorrow.
See you at the plant tomorrow. I'm sorry I couldn't be there for y'all's watch along. I fucking hated having to miss that.
Yeah, but hey,
because I love Back to the Future too. But
yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. But you can definitely go back and watch the tape.
No, totally. I know you invited me, and I couldn't make it. I was doing something that night. I was like, damn,
man, you would have had so much fun,
dude. I love Back to the Future. That's another one I could just like quote the whole movie.
Oh, really? Nice.
Oh, dude, I had their trilogy on VHS when I was a kid. I watched those movies endlessly. It's like all those movies are just burnt. That's why I can do trivia, and like on Malcolm Lay's channel, he did a Full Metal Random for Back to the Future. It's just 36 questions, like whatever. I went 36 for 36, dude. I'm the only person who's ever done 36 for 36 in one of his random, topic trivias, like from Back to the Future. I kill it Back to the Future trivia.
I love it.
And it's because I have those movies burned into my brain. So like anything related to a line of dialogue or anything, I don't miss. Like I can get everything.
By the way, we had an
Like,
exchange.
what's Gertrude Tannen's address there, Ryan?
Hold on. Oh gosh, I just saw this. Hold on a
I
second.
know.
I can't. 47 something. I don't remember.
The address is 1809 Mason Street.
Darn it. I'm horrible. I'm horrible at this.
Yeah.
Hey, look, she's working for Stark Industries now.
Oh, there's more Gator shit.
And Agent 13 is doing some practice, but she's working for the CIA. She's not working for SHIELD anymore.
Yep.
Oh, Rumlow survived, but he's badly burned.
I know. It's almost like he might come back in the next movie.
Yeah. Look at Nick Fury. He's burning all his belongings in his storage unit.
Yep.
By the way, we had an exchange of words between Winter Soldier and Captain America where he was trying to remind him, like, hey, you are Bucky Barnes. That's who you are. And then he says, I'm with you to the end of the line, man. Man, there's some hard-hitting lines in these movies. Oh, look, she's going before the Security Council.
Yep.
I think the wreck in the middle of the Potomac made its point. Well, he could explain how this country is expected to maintain its national security. Now that
that guy looks familiar too. I don't know.
He was in 24.
Was he? Okay.
He was in 24. He was in The Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah, I was gonna say he looks like another, just like one of those character actor guys you've seen in a million things that, just pops up in these movies.
Both for this country and against it, that you belong in a penitentiary, not mouthing off on Capitol Hill. You're not going to put me in a prison. You're not going to put any of us in a prison. You want to know why? Enlighten us.
Mm-hmm.
Because you need us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the world is a vulnerable place. And yes, we help make it that way. But we're also the ones best qualified to defend it. So if you want to arrest me, arrest me. You'll know where to find me. Jeez. A lot of hard truths being put out here. And confessions and feelings.
It's like in American Made with Barry Seal, with the Tom Cruise character, when he's just like, I'm going to walk out of here. There's nothing you guys can do about it. Mm-hmm. And she comes in and unhooks the handcuffs, and he walks out of there. Because you need people like me, bad guys. It's like Lord of War is the same thing, where he's the arms dealer. Because the world needs people like me, whether you like it or not. Here comes the there's a little bit of a Pulp Fiction reference on his grave. The Ezekiel 25:7. Path of the Righteous Man. See that?
Yep. We've been dating mine in Hydra's files. Looks like a lot of rats didn't go down with the ship. I'm heading to Europe tonight. Wanted to ask if you'd come. There's something I got to do first. How about you, Wilson? Could use a man with your abilities. I'm more of a soldier than a spy. All right, then. Anybody asks for me, tell them they can find me right here.
Yep.
You should be honored. That's about as close as he gets to saying thank you. Like, you're not going with him? Nah. Not staying here? Nah. I blew all my covers. I got to figure out a new one. That might take a while. I'm counting on it. That thing you asked for, I called in a few favors from Kiev.
Gotta get that file on the Winter Soldier.
Will you do me a favor? Call that nurse. She's not a nurse. And you're not a SHIELD agent. What was her name again? Sharon.
She's nice.
Ah, a little Easter egg there.
Mm-hmm.
Little Easter egg back there. Aw. Be careful, Steve. You might not want to pull on that thread.
He has to. It's his buddy.
Goodness.
See, look at him all. Look at him all cold there. I've got your mojo now, Sonny Jim.
You're going after him? You don't have to come with me. I know. When do we start? Ooh. When do we start? When do we start? You know, in the trailer, they drop that line, and he actually finishes it up with saying, "We just did." Like, when do we start? We just did. Like, we just did start. You know what I mean?
You could say he's not just a friend, a partner. Dun dun dun. Yeah. Like Batman Forever. You know,
in the final run,
the handshake, a partner,
and the final run. Yeah.
That's right.
Which, by the way, I don't know why they took this off the internet, but I need to find the clip where, I mean, I have it on DVD and Blu-ray anyway, but I'm just saying I'd like to see the Batman and Robin run at the end of Batman Forever, but I can't seem to find it on YouTube for some reason. But I can find the Batman and Robin final run, which is all three of them. And I'm like, okay, that's a great final run. That's like the best part of the whole gosh darn movie. But where's the run with Batman and Robin?
There is a 1-minute montage of all of Tommy Lee Jones' weird noises in that movie.
Oh, jeez.
This is him just making goofy noises out there. It's just all the goofy noises he makes after the lines of dialogue in that movie. It's one of the funniest montages you'll see out there. It's great.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Go look it up. It's a thing.
I didn't know it was a thing, brher.
Yeah.
Frank Grillo.
Okay, now here's the thing I can never remember because I haven't watched this in a while. So what are the credit scenes for this movie? Were the ones at the museum again or whatever?
Oh, you mean the end, the mid-credit sequences? Okay,
mid-credit and post-credits.
There's one in the middle of the credits where Bucky goes to the Smithsonian and rediscovers who he is.
Oh, that's right. He's like reading about everything. Yeah,
he's reading about himself.
Well, he's reading that because Cap was telling the truth. So like that's when he starts. He told the truth.
But then the end credit scene is, I think is it the kids? The kids who have powers? No,
I can't remember. That's the thing I can't ever remember. Like which
here
one
it is.
Which.
Here it is.
Oh, it's the Strucker. Oh, that's right. It's Quicksilver and Black Widow. That's right. Yeah, it's Black or it's
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch
Quicksilver. Yeah,
that's right.
What we have
here, Johansson. Yeah.
What we have here is worth more than any of them ever knew. Oh, it's Loki's scepter.
Yeah.
We've only scratched the surface, and already there are other facilities doing Hydra's good work around the... See, not all the rats went down with the ship.
Mm-hmm.
We'll feed them to Captain America and his colorful friends, keep them off our scent. What about the volunteers? The dead will be buried so deep that their own ghosts won't be able to find them. And the survivors? The twins? Oh my goodness, look at this.
Yep.
Oh my. Sooner or later they will meet the twins. It's not a world of spies anymore. Not even a world of heroes. This is the age of miracles, Doctor. There's nothing more horrifying than a miracle. Oh my goodness, she just destroyed all those little
the little preschool blocks.
Boxes there. Or the blocks,
Yeah.
Excuse me. Hello.
It's telling me I may also like The Simpsons on Disney Plus right
Yeah,
now.
I don't know why it would tell me that, but okay.
What does that have to do with Captain? Wouldn't you think it would make more sense to be like, hey, you might also like this other MCU movie?
Yeah, like Captain America Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War or the Avengers or what Age of, whatever, just some MCU thing, or even one of the TV shows, whatever. That would make sense. Like, why is it directing me to The Simpsons? Like, that's weird.
I have no idea. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this opportunity to say that we have reached the end credits sequence of Captain America and the Winter Soldier. We know there's a bonus scene at the end of the credits, but we can get to that a little bit later on.
Oh, Pat Healy was in this movie? Scientist number 1?
Yeah. And
Pat Healy, my boy from the movie I got at the Dollar Tree. Cheap Thrills.
Well, there you go. Aside from that fun fact that you just shared with us there, Austin. So, Austin, we are at the end of Captain America and the Winter Soldier, so I got to ask you this. Final thoughts on this movie, and on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give Captain America: The Winter Soldier?
Yeah, no, it's at least I hadn't sat down and watched it in a while. I know we went on a lot of tangents and whatnot as we are one to do, especially I'm one to do when I'm on these things. But it's because like the movie's good enough to where I think we all kind of know it and like it. To where we could just talk about it kind of freely, but it's really, really solid. I forgot how kind of good the dialogue is, even in the non-action sequences between Fury and Robert Redford and some of the stuff in between, like that's still pretty compelling. Again, I think this is a time period when they were maybe taking it a little more seriously, putting a little more effort into it, trying to drop those little Easter eggs and whatnot, but the ones that we wanted to pay off and would pay off. But yeah, really good action here as well. The Russos did a hell of a job of their debut. You can see why they, kind of immediately got the job to do Civil War, and then they did with that movie, they were like, hey, you guys want to actually do like an Avengers movie since you basically had a mini Avengers movie with Civil War with all these characters running around and did a good job with it. So you see why they did, but yeah, great effort here. You can see why they went on to do what they did, and I think this is a really damn solid movie. It's definitely probably top 10 MCU for me, probably. So I don't know exactly where it would be. I'd have to sit down and actually kind of rank everything, but it's a pretty solid like 9 out of 10. Like I don't have a lot of qualms with it.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Thank you for sharing that with us. So yeah, for me, this movie holds up 10 years later. It's great. It's fantastic. It's got so many different themes that it explores. It turns the MCU on its head. It changes everything moving forward during certain parts of the phases and certain movies that came out later. I mean, there's literally a lot of aftershocks of this. Speaking of Tremors, there's a lot of aftershocks that ripple through the other MCU movies. And not only that, they even mention this. Well, they go with the effects of this movie that are featured in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Because it's made such a big impact that it impacted the TV shows, the movies, and everything else moving forward. So you got to love the plot twists, and you got to love the direction that these two unknown people at the time, the Russo brothers, Anthony and Joe Russo specifically, did a great job. I'm proud of what they've done with the MCU. Everything they've done, the 4 films that they've done, if I'm not mistaken, the 4. I don't think they directed 5.
I'm pretty sure it's just Winter Soldier, Civil War,
and the 2 of it. Yeah. So great job to those guys. Congratulations to everybody here on the cast and crew of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I give this a solid 9 out of 10 as well. I really like this movie a lot, and the cast is great. And Robert Redford paying tribute to some of the films that he did that were similar to this, in other genres, other decades that he's been in the Hollywood, his Hollywood storied career. Fantastic stuff. So 9 out of 10. Captain America: Winter Soldier is one of the best. It's probably the best MCU solo movie that's ever been made. But not only that, it's just a solid, well done film, period. And it's one of the best comic movies of all time. So those are my 2 cents on it.
As far as the solo movies, it's between this and the original Iron Man. I still really like the original Iron Man. I just think that's one of the best like character arc, like character study movies. Yeah, just one of the best origin stories I've ever seen as far as that goes. And it's just, again, a very simple movie. Like there's nothing like overly, like they're not trying to cram a million things in there. It's just locked in on this one character and his journey. And I just still really like that movie just for what it is. So it's close though, you know what I mean? Like they're both top of the MCU for me, you know what I mean? Like as far as, right up there.
Yeah, for sure. And this is, I mean, if we're going to rank overall of the MCU, this movie is definitely in my top 3. If it's not my top 3, it's certainly in the top 5, 100%.
It might be top 5 MCU for me, probably somewhere
top
in there.
5.
Yeah. I haven't sat down and like, I know Infinity War is number 1. Infinity War is my number 1 with a
That's
bullet.
a big film.
Just because like that
a lot happens in that movie.
Right. But like all the character stuff is great. The Thanos stuff I love. Like it's just that movie's just a banger from like start to finish. And then like Iron Man's in there, Winter Soldier's in there, Guardians of the Galaxy's in there, stuff like that. So yeah.
All good stuff. And here's the bonus scene at the end of the credit.
He's reading his own little bio on the wall right there. Yeah.
As he's walking through the exhibits that are featured at the Smithsonian. To be more specific, just throwing that out there. But he's like,
this guy.
Like, who's this person? Who's this person? Yeah. But yeah, those are our thoughts on Captain America: The Winter Soldier. If you have any thoughts on this movie, positive, negative, somewhere in between, let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat. I want to take this opportunity to say congratulations once again to the entire cast and crew of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. It celebrates its 10th anniversary here in 2024. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Austin, for being with us. Thank you for being here with us. For the person who may be watching or listening to this, for our feature presentation of a movie watch along with this movie. Austin, if someone's watching this and want to know more about you, where can they follow you on social media?
Yeah, you can go over to the Schmodown Friends and Family group on Facebook, our little tribute that we keep going on to the movie Trivia Schmodown. And we post a lot of our content and a lot of our friends' content over there. Ryan posts a lot of his stuff in there, so you can find his stuff as well. But yeah, mainly over on our YouTube channel that I kind of co-run with a guy, Jordan Anderson, called the Movie Hero Network. We do all kinds of shows over there, stuff almost every day. We We have tournament fights, tier ranker fights, a podcast about movies, which will be this weekend. We have the Lonely Marks Wrestling podcast. We have Podcast League Now. We have Seen and Heard movie trivia, which is a lot of fun. We play movie clips and people to guess stuff. Ryan has been on that before and participated in some of those. It's one of the hotter. They've got a tournament going on. It's really, really, really fun. So just head on to Movie Hero Network. Just search that. It should pop right up. And we would appreciate a chance to get your subscription over there and check us out. But yeah, thank you very much. And I'm sure you'll see me for a few more watch-alongs in the future.
Especially that Batman one.
Batman, The Mummy is I'm all over.
The Mummy's coming up too, yeah.
Because that's my jam. You know that. I sent you the DVD, so
you did.
Because I was like, we're doing The Mummy, dude. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah, we got some good ones coming up. Some of my legit favorite movies of all time are coming up this year. So I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. Austin, we thank you so much for being here. My name is Ryan my gosh, I almost said the wrong thing. Ryan of Anti-Quote Channel. Follow me on Twitter. Austin, you're messing me up here, man. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at RyanRPM5. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you to Austin once again for being with us on this episode of Movie Watch Along. We do have more watch alongs planned for the rest of the calendar year of 2024. Which do include The Mummy, which does include Batman 89, which does include The Terminator with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which includes The Neverending Story, Ghostbusters. That's a big Twinkie. I mean, there's just so much. It's going to be a lot of fun. We hope you have enjoyed this episode of Movie Watch Along. We hope you join us for more episodes as we go along in the future. Once again, thank you so much for everyone helping us accomplish this goal of over 1,000 subscribers. We're up to 1,040, 1,042 now, which is great. Thank you so much for supporting us. Liking, commenting, sharing our videos. We cannot do this without you. If you haven't seen Captain America: The Winter Soldier, go on the streaming services, buy it on physical media if you have to. Check out this movie. It's one of the best comic book movies in the genre of all time. And Chris Evans and company do a fantastic job of bringing this comic book story to life. So once again, thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell to be notified of our new videos go up or they go live. And remember, life is better when watching movies with friends and or family. Take a look.
Coming up on the drop zone, Cap.
You do anything fun Saturday night?
Well, all the guys in my barbershop quartet are dead, so no, not really.
You know, if you ask Kristen out from statistics, she'd probably say yes.
That's why I don't ask.
Too shy or too scared?
Too busy! Was he wearing a parachute?
No. No, he wasn't.
I joined SHIELD to protect people.
Captain,
To build a better world?
sometimes means tearing the old one down. And that makes enemies.
Are you ready for the world to see you as you really are? Look out the window. You know how the game works. Disorder, war. All it takes is one step.
We're gonna neutralize a lot of threats before they even happen.
Thought the punishment usually came after the crime.
SHIELD takes the world as it is, not as we'd like it to be.
This isn't freedom. This is fear.
You need to keep both eyes open. Before we get started, does anyone want to get out? Your work has been a gift to mankind. You've shaped the century. And I need you to do it one more time.
You're up. It's time.